What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Nonsensical Nonsense. Are you ready? What's going on, Cam? We got Glick here, as always. I'm Glick. You guys know that, or you should by now. Everybody knows I'm the greatest of all time. The real GOAT, the OG
Still
GOAT.
debatable.
Not to be confused with Jeffrey, the goat sucker. Speaking of Jeffrey, he's in the building.
That's right, I'm here.
We got
Freddie
Tony
Mercury's
D.
back, baby.
I see that.
It's hot as shit, man. It's hot as shit in here.
Leave the bathroom.
Never. I make too much money.
And we got my man's Tony D in the building, as always. Doing what we do, hanging out for a Wednesday night. It's hump day. Mike may be joining us. We'll see what happens. He does have the invite. It's out there. But if you guys are not already, go ahead and check us out on all social media, the Facebook, the Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget you can join us live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 6 p.m. on YouTube and Twitch. And if you can't join us live, don't worry. We got you covered there. You can listen to us anytime, any place that fits your schedule, I guess.
Wow, that was anticlimactic.
I see you, Cam. You got lucky, you bastard.
I did that on purpose, too.
He said, get your schedule?
Yeah, I did that on purpose. I was waiting to see if one of you two dummies would chime in, but you didn't.
Oh, I caught it. I was trying to think of something that I came up with a blank, too.
Can't think of nothing, jackass.
Yeah, so I was like, screw it. We can give it a dramatic pause, and then nothing.
I had nothing. I was like, my brain's off already. It's after 5.
Yeah, but you can listen to us any place, anytime on Spotify and Apple and Google, basically anywhere and everywhere you listen to podcasts at, all at Nonsensical Nonsense. Give us a follow, give us a like, give us a listen. And if you like what you hear, tell a friend. Stop being greedy.
Tell a friend, code.
No, but eating long enough now. Stop being.
Tell your enemy.
I am now. I literally just got home from the gym like 10 minutes ago, so I'm running around here like a madman. Of course, technical difficulties.
I'm 2-2. The hell with you, Cam. I'm sorry.
Of course, technical difficulties for days. Apparently, I'm gonna have to take my laptop into the Geek Squad.
Oh wow!
Because for some reason my headphones won't plug in and work, and I don't think it's the headphones because they work fine on the Xbox.
That's
so
weird.
That's fucking nerds. I'm coming to see you.
Occasionally I have that same issue, and I basically have to restart everything to get it to work again. Like you could unplug it, plug it in 40 times, and it doesn't connect. So it's like, restart the whole program, restart the whole thing, which is what I did just before the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I've already decided. I know what I'm getting myself for my birthday. I'm buying me a big boy laptop.
What you gonna get?
I'm getting the Alienware. I'm going full big boy. I'm going full Alienware business laptop.
Well, I will be honest. I did just pay this laptop off, so this is brand new and mine officially on the way now.
After how many years?
I got it in January.
25.
I was gonna say it's Apple, right?
Yeah, it's Apple. I just got it in January.
Yeah, see,
this is gonna last me for a while.
So we went to the mall yesterday after work, and because I needed shoes, I needed to get shoes, so I went and bought. Vans was having a sale, buy one get one half off. So I went crazy, bought 6 pairs of shoes. 2 for me, 2 for the wife, 2 for the kids, and stopped into the Apple store and looked at laptops and stuff like that. And I almost had a heart attack.
They got you, didn't they? You wanted to have one.
They did not. No, I did not. I refuse. I don't care if I make $1 million tomorrow. I will never buy an Apple product.
Why?
I don't want it.
You're a fucking liar too. Shut up.
Why?
No, I won't. I could go buy 4 of them.
You've already bought one. I
bought an iPhone, but that is for my wife. I don't use it.
Who paid for it?
That's not the point. I don't
use
it.
No.
Do I use it? I will never use an iPhone. product.
You said I will never buy.
I'll rephrase. I apologize. I will. I have something. I will never use to you,
Jeffrey.
An product.
Jeffrey, stop. You're just digging a hole, and I have something to say to you. Some words of wisdom.
Don't beat yourself up over past mistakes. You are going to fuck up again in the future, quite possibly in the most spectacular fashion. Why worry about yesterday's fuck-ups when you have tomorrow's fuck-ups to look forward to? You are a fuck-up, and fucking up is part of your growth process. Embrace the process.
I need to hear that one more time. That was too good. Do it one more time. Hit it up one more time.
Every time I see that shit, it cracks me up.
That is courtesy, and I don't think he's here yet, but that is courtesy of our man Golf Hawk. Monday night after the show, he hit me up on TikTok, and he was like, "I have the perfect sound," and I listened to it. I was like, "Oh, dude!" And I downloaded it instantly. And he was like, I can't wait to hear it on the show. I didn't think it was going to happen that fast.
Believe it or not, I've actually seen that guy.
Oh, I need to hit the button, Chris. Hit the button.
I've seen that one a couple of times. He's got a couple of good ones.
We'll have it. I'm sure we'll have a chance to cue it up again tonight. Cameron,
I will rephrase.
I like it.
I will never personally use an product.
Apple products have the security. That's why you're paying for the security more than anything. I'm gaming
for security on my shit.
I will say that I would like to say that I would never buy one and or use one, but I did buy my daughter one, and I do use one every day at work.
You use one at work, but that
bare minimum. Yeah, bare minimum. I use it.
That does not count because it was handed to you and said use this.
Yeah, but I still use it. But I mean, I use it for the bare minimum.
Like them.
Yeah. Why?
No.
Honest question. What is it about Apple that you don't like?
I don't like it. I don't like it either.
Same reason I don't go buy a brand new fucking Mercedes. I'm not paying for a name.
Okay.
When a Honda will do.
That's just anti-establishment. I just don't like that. I just don't like. I just don't like the way that the Apple format. I don't think it's. And it might be because I'm not used to using them. I don't think it's very user friendly. I think they're extremely difficult.
The biggest issue people have with Apple is proprietary. It's that they gotta own all this stuff. Google lets you do whatever, whenever.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the other thing. I can't use
my father-in-law
my Skull Candy earbuds. I have to go buy.
Yes, you can.
Exactly.
You can. You can use whatever Bluetooth you
but it's
want.
not as easy. It's not as.
No, I'm just not a big fan of the user friendliness of it. The fact that the brand new iPhone is still 5 years behind a 10-year-old Samsung.
My Android. Yes.
But we have 16 cameras on the new iPhone 14.
Yeah.
I one camera. Cody with the D.
I got 3 cameras on mine, and I don't know how to use them either. I don't know how to use the back camera.
That's a proven fact. iPhones are behind Samsung when it comes to technology.
I've been hearing that a lot.
It's also when the new if you keep your let's say you bought an iPhone 14 today, in 4 years, why would you buy a new one? Because your one you have in your hand is perfect, but your battery starts dying faster.
I change mine every 2 years because
nobody keeps their phones for 4 years.
The SIM card
I've had mine for 3.
Is no good after 18 months. People don't realize that about the phones.
You haven't even had that a year yet.
No,
that's right. I did replace this one because the only reason I did replace it was because my daughter broke the screen on the other one.
Right.
And I think all phones are built to have a 2-year life expectancy on it.
And realize, how much do you do with your phone matters as well. I use my phone for everything like I do a laptop.
Yeah.
So 2 years.
So do I.
They can refurbish it and all of that goes, and that's fine. But when I realized the SIM cards are no good after 18 months, that's why people's phones are messing up.
Really?
I didn't realize that. Is that what it is in iPhone?
Every 18 months, the SIM card is worn out. And if you don't use it a lot, okay, you're good. But if you use it as much as I do,
no, the SIM
card. I use everything. Yes.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. The SIM card in the Apple or in all cell phones.
All SIM cards. 18
Oh,
months.
I didn't know that.
They mess up.
I
Now,
didn't
when
know
you get a
that,
chance,
'cause-
look it up and look into it. And Mike, I would tell you, I know your situation or whatever. Always look into once every 2 years, change your devices. I change my phone and my iPad every 2 years. My iPad,
I change mine every 2 years.
Bust the rubber. What's good?
I
My
buy
phone-
Going on,
buy
Buster
one
Rubber?
when I need it.
Change what? My IP
Your
address?
phones, and
Your
tablets.
phones. Just upgrade
Well,
your phone.
I
I
buy
upgrade my phone every
I buy
every 2
$100
years.
phones every. I buy $100 phone every year because usually those things don't last very long. That's the other thing. I just don't like paying $900 or $1,200 or what they are for a
Dude.
fucking phone.
That fucking iPhone I bought my wife is it was $2,000.
Which phone
Yeah.
was it? The
Well,
14 or 13?
The 13 plus max.
You got the big one. That's why.
No, we
And
got the
mine.
big bad boy.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, I don't think my
Ask
daughter's
yourself
phone
what
was
else
that
you can
much.
spend $2,000 on, and how much longer does it last? How reliable is it? How dependable?
You know how many hookers and how much meth $2,000 can get me?
Right?
There's your
That's what
problem.
I
I'm
said.
asking for a friend because I don't know.
I don't either. Please, somebody give me that figure because I don't
That's the friend. That's the friend he's asking about right there.
know.
Look at him. He looks like he's
I'm
into
the
meth
only
and
one
hookers
that's
in his wife beater.
Yeah, I keep him in here behind me in the office.
His wife.
No.
I mean, Peter.
Tony, do you pay for
Oh,
that
LIFO beats
upgrade
her.
service where you pay half of what the new one costs and you get it?
I trade in the old one for the new one. My payment doesn't
Yeah,
change.
that's what. Okay, so basically they have a plan that we pay for, but it's like we just bought that 13, and now the 14's out. We can actually switch to the 14 for half the price of the new 14.
Well, here's the kicker. Why'd you
We'll
just
trade
buy
in
her a
the-
13 when the 14 just came out? Is my question.
For the
You gotta
14,
wait.
we bought the 13 before the 14 came out.
Because
Okay,
the
that's
wait at
14
least
is
6
just
months, I
like the
believe.
13.
I bought my
14 is
13.
just like the
And
13.
yes,
The 13 is
exactly.
just like the 12. The 12 is just like the 11.
No, it's not.
You know.
No, okay,
that's
no.
all-
Okay,
oh,
when you
yes,
start getting
they
to
are.
11 and stuff, that's where it
Wait.
changes. However,
Well,
the 13
Each
14,
iPhone lasts
the
about
same
4
fucking
years,
thing.
but they
it's
put
the
out a new one
processor.
every year. So
It's the
you-
processor in the phone. It's the chip. The chip is what matters.
she watches
The
Same
updates
shit.
you will get on the older devices. Like you
Look,
said, 4
you
years,
know-
Mike, I agree. The older devices will hold all the updates for a certain number of years, and then when the updates stop, time to get a damn new phone.
Look, I worked on an assembly line. All right, you know what I mean. I made refrigerators for 8 years. You
It's
know
not a cell
what?
phone.
Calvinator, Frigidaire, all
They're all the
Calvinator,
same with
all
different
those
names.
refrigerators, all the same,
With
same.
different
The only thing
names.
difference is
It's
just
not a
cell
cell
phone, the same thing.
No,
You know,
no,
all
I get
the
Yeah,
same,
what you're saying.
different
When it
shit,
comes to the
here and there.
processor,
All it
because
is.
the processors, the new processors are fucking. Yeah, this
The M1 chip is a beast. I think it's an M1 or A1
Oh, yeah,
chip.
that A1 is a
Sa-
bad
Sa-
boy. Let me tell you.
Samsung and Apple are two totally different phones, two totally different systems.
Yes.
I literally have both of them in my house right now. I use one for work and then I have my personal one. But no, like I said, I upgrade every 2 years. I'm not going to upgrade every 6 months because, again, I got the Samsung 22. When the 23 comes out here in a couple months, it's basically going to be the same phone with just a couple new features. I'll wait a couple
Exactly.
years. It's kind of like my
Yeah, you
cars. I
wait.
keep my cars 4 years and I
Exactly.
trade them in.
Exactly. And yeah, but when you're switching over to Apple products, it all comes down to you're literally 90% of it you're paying for the name. That's my thought on it.
This is true.
It's
I mean,
like-
it's the same
it's
thing as
just like I
buying a
said.
Harley.
You know, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Why would I buy a Harley when I could buy a Yamaha that does the same fucking thing? Or what's
No, it
the
doesn't.
Honda Gold thing?
Actually,
Honda Gold one
as a
and a Harley,
mechanic,
oh
there's
my
a
God!
difference because
Twist the
you as
handle,
a
Mikey,
car
does it
guy
go
don't
down
know
the
this?
goddamn
You
road?
as a car
If I
guy
turn
don't
my
know that they changed the timing on the Harley to the piston slightly misfire to give that extra little. No, Harleys are not the same,
Michael,
but that's
the
okay.
answer to your
That's all
Michael,
right.
the answer to your question is in the statement. As a car guy, motorcycle is not in there. I don't care about bikes.
Yeah.
My wife
Well,
let me
there
have one, so
Harleys run different. Now, if you want to say Hondas versus Yamazaki, fine.
Start a podcast.
Well, Harleys,
It'll be fun.
Why the
Do a
fuck are we
podcast.
even talking about this anymore?
Do a
I know
podcast with your
I
friends.
come into
It'll
cell
be fun, they
phones,
said.
Harleys.
Have a couple beers. Go live. It'll be
Right?
fun.
Let them go live and crazy for that first hour. That's a fun idea.
I don't even know how. I just walked in on this. Hello, Glick. How we doing today? On this?
Now I know how
but
Bruce Willis felt in Die Hard. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Get your lighter up.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Come out to the coast. Get together. Relax.
Yeah. Start a podcast with a couple of your friends. We'll have some laughs. We'll drink some beers. It'll be fun.
Yeah, killer
Next thing
show.
you know, I'm jumping off the side of my building with a fire hose tied around my waist.
No, but I explain this to my brother-in-law all the time. I said, you're literally paying for the name. And, there's a reason why I don't drive a Mercedes. Because
At the end of the day, I mean,
I do like Mercedes. They are nice, but I don't buy one. Why? Because I don't want to pay for the name.
but I mean,
I don't
it's
like
the same thing with
Mercedes
any.
because
I ain't never
I
heard
don't
of this
like
shit before in my
Mercedes.
life.
Here, there's something special, but you go over Europe, they're like a
They're
Ford.
taxi
Everybody
cabs.
has one.
Yeah.
I've
You ain't
never
never
heard
of
of
what
this
shit?
shit before in my life. How you make
What
an
you-
order for your food and then the restaurant call and said, "Do you want to pay for your order because your driver is here? We just haven't received payment." I said, "I sent the payment through the app." They said, "We don't have the money. We're not gonna make the food until you have your money." So can you give me your credit card number? No.
I was
Why
gonna
I
say you
have
should have
the-
got a confirmation through the app.
I got the confirmation
What app are
and
you
they said
using?
they order it, and it's going through and they said they're talking about they didn't get it. Let me check my bank account because y'all ain't gonna hustle me with a different language like I'm stupid. Fuck out of here.
I know. Speaking of, I might have to. I might have
let's
to go
get
down
let's
and,
get your
and
credit card over the phone. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I might have to go down and yell at my favorite pizza shop down the road because the other night Sunday night I ordered pizza and beer.
Mm-hmm.
I'd already been drinking. I didn't want to go out, so
As
I got
one
me
does.
got me a 6-pack. And I told the girl delivery, paid for it and everything. She said it'll be about 45 minutes. Hour and a half goes by, and I call them back.
Oh, that's it. Right.
Hey, I know it's Sunday. I know you guys are busy, but I placed an order, and they're like, hold on a second. And the girl that I was talking to that time around, she's like, oh my God. I was like, what? And she was like, this dummy, girl, put it in as carry out and not delivery. And they charged me delivery. So she just put it in as carry out, but then did the delivery charge and stuff
So
like
it's sitting there on the fucking counter.
that? Yeah. So they're like, well, we're gonna get it right out to you, And she's like, actually, because it's been sitting here, we're gonna make you a new one real quick. We got one coming out of the oven. We're just gonna throw. And I was like, okay, cool. And then they're like, we can comp it.
An hour and a half later.
No, they're like, we can comp it, or we can give you a credit for next time. And I was like, oh, you can go ahead and comp it. That's fine. And even the delivery guy said, hey, we're comping this. It'll go back on your credit because I paid with my debit card.
Right.
I'm gonna give them until Friday, and then I'm gonna go up there because it's still showing.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they actually got it here like in 5 minutes.
Well, I know the bank takes it can take up to a week when I get charged back.
Yeah, that's what I
7 to
said. I'll
10
give them until
business
Friday
days.
or
reverse the charges.
7
Yeah.
to 10 business days.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Mike.
But I'll give them a little bit more time. But then I'm going to have to go down there and have a talk.
Amen to that.
But no, they got it here in like 10 minutes when I call back.
Which is
Just
not.
remember,
delivery guy.
Click. Just remember, Click. Be nice.
Ah,
I got 3
You know
rules
what?
in my life. I got 3 rules
Believe
in
it
my
or
life.
not,
Nice.
Mike.
I got 3 rules in my life, Michael. Don't spit on me. Literally, don't spit on me. Don't fuck with my family, and don't fuck with my money. No particular order. That's just how it goes. So when you do one of those 3, it automatically goes from 0 to 100.
No, yeah, he is
Be nice.
referring to
Unless you're
Mr.
trying to
Mr.
say,
Dalton
do
telling
not
everybody be
order
nice.
from that pizza place
Yeah.
again.
Oh no, they're great. It was one mistake. They're great. I
Yeah,
love that
exactly.
pizza shop down there. They got really good food. It was one little
And they
mistake.
deliver
I'm not
beer.
that worried
I
about
mean,
it.
calm down.
And they do deliver beer.
Yeah, Chris is not going to cut them off because they deliver beer. Calm
Do you
down.
know how much? Do you know how much a 6-pack would cost on Uber or DoorDash to get delivered?
About $20.
$27 for a
For
6-pack
delivery?
off of DoorDash.
Okay, plus the price of the beer, or
No, the price for a 6-pack is like $8.
right?
when you order it off of DoorDash, the 6-pack goes up to like $15.
It's double the
And
price.
then you get your delivery charge and everything else. Yeah, it was going to cost me about $25 before the tip just to get a 6-pack.
Well, when I worked at
Fuck it, I'm risking the DUI tonight.
I was going to say, don't you live across the
everybody
street
was
from like a
like,
gas station? Or
everybody was
something?
like, why? When I worked at a gas station, everybody else was like, why are gas station prices so much more expensive than they are at the grocery store? I can get the same this, that, and the other for half the price and all this stuff. And I told him, I was like, look, man, it's complimentary. We're fast, no lines. You don't have a bunch of people in here, and you're going to pay for that price. Well, same with Uber. You don't
No,
have to
you
get
tell
in
them
your
this
car.
because
You
we
don't
go
have
to the
drive,
grocery
but it's
store,
gonna
we
cost
buy
you
our
more.
beer there, and we stock this joint.
I was gonna say the beer I buy at the gas station is the same price that I buy at the it's the same price everywhere. I mean, it's the state, minimum beer prices or whatever. There might be $1 fluctuation or whatever here and there, depending upon what I buy. But no, I mean, it's when they say, and I never really paid much attention to it, but there really is an upcharge when you order your food off of like DoorDash or Uber Eats or something like that. Because
Absolutely.
They gotta pay you. They gotta pay the service charges.
The
and then you
driver.
gotta, yes,
And
all
then
that.
they
So
gotta
all that
add
money to
money.
make is extra money
You're
on top
adding the middleman.
Yes.
yeah, because I mean, I can go, for instance, I can go to Applebee's and get the same meal that I order every time, which is steak, steamed broccoli, and a baked potato, and it's like $10. But if I DoorDash it, I'm looking at about 26, and that's with like a $5 tip or whatever. So I mean, it's almost double what it is DoorDashing it compared to just driving my lazy ass the 10 minutes down to Applebee's.
Yes.
Kid
And
you
that's
not.
why they
I
charge
kid you
you.
not, when I have
They
stuff
figure
delivered.
if you're so lazy you can't go and get it, then here you go. There's the
No.
prices for it. There you
Sometimes
I'll
it's
tell
not
you
a
what.
lazy factor. Sometimes it's the fact that I
It's
woke
I'm
up
too
at 10
drunk to
o'clock
get
and
up.
started drinking at 10:15, and now it's 6 o'clock and I'm hungry.
Which means you need to cook.
Well, if I don't have any food,
That's
now,
so-
because
I
didn't go to the
mean,
grocery store.
I
But
did
yeah,
what
He's
we-
too
Tony
lazy
was
to go to the grocery store.
Let me
No,
I
but
didn't say I didn't have money for
I
food.
think Tony with
You
the
got money
key
for
is
liquor,
saying
but you don't
is
feel like cooking. You
that
have no food.
it's still lazy.
I see you down there, Cam. You tell all your neighbors. We said, "What's that?"
Tell your neighbors I said, "Fuck you, bitches.
Oh
Rock.
Jesus!
This is my street. I run these streets. King Kong ain't got shit on me."
Oh hell no!
Oh hell yeah!
Oh,
And that's
hell
the
no.
bottom line. Cause Stones Cold Glick said so.
You forgot to put your name in that one, didn't you?
Forgot to put my butt on. Forgot to hit my
This
button.
motherfucker.
No, yeah, no. So I don't. Typically, I don't go to the grocery store if the kids aren't here. So usually when the kids aren't
Right,
here,
because they
they're
think John is home.
well, not only that, but the kids are here half the week anyways. Now,
Right.
for the most part. So when they do go back over to their moms, I got leftovers. I may still have stuff that I bought that I didn't cook or whatever. So typically I do have food in the house. But when I get to the weekend that they're not here, I don't go to the grocery store. So, I generally, date night.
You've run out of food by that point.
Date night with myself.
You and Lefty.
What's up, Debbie? Mm-mm.
Don't you leave Lefty out of this, you son of a bitch.
Maybe it's righty. I don't know. Change it up.
Hey,
Sit on your hand for a
You
walk,
know,
make it go numb, and then just
hey.
stream you.
Sometimes I'm feeling dangerous and I go with the righty.
Yeah.
I want to step out and cheat. You know what I mean? Lefty don't look.
Need some strange tonight. Yeah.
Chuck Lefty up underneath the pillow so it doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. Don't look at this. You don't want to see this.
Then I cry myself to sleep because I feel dirty.
I've been there. I've been there going, what did I just watch? Jesus Christ. I never finds out I watched this. Jesus.
Shame,
That's on my
double
OnlyFans.
shame.
That's on my OnlyFans. I started an OnlyFans page. I masturbate and cry.
And people only tune in for the crying.
Look,
A little less masturbation and more crying, please. Okay.
Well, you guys are oddly specific.
Yeah, right. I didn't realize I was Casey Case. I'm taking long distance dedications, but this cry goes out to Jefferson in Madison, Wisconsin. he says his dad didn't love him enough, and he just wants to say "fuck you, Dad."
That's the app we need to start right there. We'll just start the crying app. This cry goes
that's
out
a
to-
good news. This is
Oh,
Richard.
pity party app.
Yeah,
Pity
the
party
crying game?
app.
Yes.
We'll start the crying
No,
game, Tony.
we get sued.
You are the
Crying
only
game.
people that I know that talk about using another hand and you cheating on the first one. That's ridiculous.
Don't lie. You do the stranger all the time. Calm down.
Jesus.
That way you don't lose your coordination.
I'm left-handed. It's always the stranger.
The timing's off. Yeah. The timing's all off. The rhythm is out of whack. I don't even know what the hell's going on around here.
Unbelievable.
Don't lie, Tony. You know you do it.
If I was to,
Yeah.
I wouldn't discuss it, you fuck.
Should do that, Glenn. Seriously, that'd be a nice little business venture. I saw on TikTok.
You know how
some
they
guy,
say
you
know
hire
they say
this
when
guy just to
masturbate
deliver
too
bad
much, you'll go
news,
blind.
and he records it on TikTok. There you go.
There's a
It's
reason
like,
why Chris wears
Hey, I got some
glasses.
bad news for you. Your wife has cheated on you. She likes him more. Sorry about that.
Oh, I've
bud.
seen that guy.
That's it.
Yeah, it's John Breaks Bad News is his name.
Yeah.
That shit's fucking hilarious.
Sorry about that, bud.
Unbelievable.
Have you seen this guy? This guy's insane. He literally calls people up. Is this Bob? Yeah. Bob, this is John from John Breaks Bad News. And the guy on the other phone's like, oh, shit.
I got some bad
like,
news for
A
you.
message for your wife. He's like,
Unbelievable.
it's fucked up. He does them live.
Yeah, he does.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he does. It's like, sorry about that, bud.
There's a reason why my phone number's unlisted. No, just say it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they give him the phone number to use.
Way to break the illusion, Michael. Jesus.
Way to pull the curtain back there, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm the ultimate green pill. All right.
On a side note,
Yeah.
so speaking of beer, I bought new beer, obviously. It's podcast night. I bought another cold bag. When I got home, I had what I thought was an empty box in the refrigerator, went to pull it out, and I found more beer.
Hey.
That's kind of the
that's
for
always a
me.
delight.
You know, it's kind of like for me, it's kind of like the equivalent of finding money in your pocket that you didn't know was there.
More in the couch
Bonus beer.
cushions, yes. Well,
Bonus beer.
What brings good news?
as
Yeah.
I have
for
a
everybody
quick
else,
story to
yeah,
tell.
whatever.
So I called
I
Chris.
ain't worried about
the other
everybody
day.
else. It's good news for me.
I have a story I gotta tell. It still's got me giggling because the other day I called Chris. We were talking on the phone, and he's driving through the beer store. He orders
Oh,
beer,
yeah.
and he's like, "Can I get the Budweiser Select?" And I was like, "Yeah, he's fancy."
It was Budweiser Select 55.
I knew I was-
foremost.
I knew I was connected to his Bluetooth in his car, so I just screamed out, "He's fancy!"
Both girls in the drive-through both went, "What?"
the
And I'm like,
fuck?
"Nothing. I'm talking to my buddy. He's a jackass."
And then the other day, I heard him
Budweiser.
ordering
I
fast
am now a
food.
ventriloquist. Look at what I can do.
As he drove to Wendy's, I could hear him go,
I
"Welcome to
do
Wendy's, how can I
voices.
help you?" And I'm like, "God damn you, son of a bitch."
I do.
Badass. I don't make this shit up. This is them.
Oh, it's real. It was hilarious.
It's real.
You would
Yeah,
think that after
It seems
20,
like every time I
you
call
would think
Chris,
after
he's in the
20
car.
something years of marriage, you two would, Glick would have learned not to be on the phone while ordering shit.
Well, I thought I had muted my phone, and I ordered my beer. And this fucker in the background, ooh, you're fancy.
He's
Some
fancy.
kind of. He's like, "What are you? Some kind of fucking beer connoisseur?"
Unbelievable.
I was rolling, man.
Both girls in the drive-thru were just like,
Losing their mind.
I'm sorry. It's
What are you
funny.
talking
He's on the phone. He's an idiot.
Like when I drink
They're
my
looking at the
beer,
back
I
of the
have
car
my
when he got
pinky
somebody
up.
kidnapped.
When I drink my beer, my pinky's up.
The next time he does it, I'm going to be in the back going, help me, I'm in the back.
Yeah. No. Do you want us to put this in? Sometimes they'll ask if they're like, do you just want us to put it in the back for you? I'm like, nah. The next time I'll be like, no. That's where the body. I mean, the stuff is back there.
Help me.
I have a hobbit tied up in back there.
He means it too.
If they take it literal, they'll call 911. Next thing you know, you're being pulled over.
Oh yeah, that's the last thing I need is. Yeah, that's the last thing I need is get pulled over by New York PD because those guys are every single one of them already thinks they're all SWAT members and everything is at 100 as it is. We're like.
I'm really sorry I was late for the show today. I had a bumper to bumper inspection by police department thanks to Jeffafa.
Yeah, Jeffafa.
Over here on the phone going, help me! I'm kidnapped! Get me!
Cops searched that car for 20 minutes before they figured out it was coming out of the speaker.
Well,
I mean, that would be fun.
If we've learned anything from Canadian, if we've learned anything from Canadian police and watching serial killer documentaries, sometimes the cops are not. And no diss on cops, but sometimes they are not the most brightest individuals in the world,
dude.
And that's a huge shout out and diss to you, Canada, because y'all some of the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet.
No. It's not just them. It's not just
Canadian
cops.
Yeah, but they're the worst.
Mike, have you seen the first episode of that Jeffrey Dahmer series?
Anybody who knows anything about the Jeffrey Dahmer case already knows what happens. Or what
they literally walked in the guy's room. There's blood on the mattress, and they're like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "No, there's a knife."
You have to remember the time.
You
have to remember the time period, and being homosexual was a disease back then, and nobody wanted to be around it because they thought if you were around it too long, you were going to catch it. So
we started watching that shit.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, they did. There was a huge stigma on homosexuality back in the day.
What's his name got AIDS from NWA or not NWA? Yeah,
his first thing is how could I get AIDS? I ain't
like,
gay.
I can't have AIDS. I'm gay. I'm not gay. And the doctor's like, yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Well, yeah, that was the other thing. You know, they blamed homosexuals on AIDS too back when it first started.
They blame AIDS on homosexuals. Yes,
same difference.
Mm-hmm. But there was a huge stigma back in the day where people thought a lot of people felt that if they were around somebody that was gay, they were going to catch it like it was the cold.
Yep. Well,
it is what it is, man. I mean, unfortunately, it's the cold hard truth.
Gentlemen, you want to hear stupid? I have the king of stupidity.
We hear stupid every time you're on the podcast.
I literally watched. I was watching TikTok the other day. I was watching TikTok the other day, and this guy's going around like New York or LA, right? And he's asking people. He says, "Do you know what the Holocaust was?" Everybody he asked was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Are you serious?"
They're dead serious.
Including a lady that was older than we are. She had to be Tony's age. So she was like 65. And she
Tony's a lot of 65. He was born in 1835.
Exactly. But
that's the position I had your mother in. Keep it up.
He said,
my mom's dead, man. Jesus. Necrophilia much? Hello, Tony. Tony prefers his women cold and stiff.
It's called cold back and gone now. But literally,
I like my women how I like my ice cream bars, cold and stiff.
This guy does a series on TikTok where he asks people the most mundane questions, like what was the Holocaust, or who were the Nazis against? And people are like, I don't know. Why the Nazis got to be in it? Because it was World War II.
That's because they haven't taught anything
took the United States map
in many years. He
took the United States map and turned it upside down and asked people if they could name what country it was. And people were like, Europe? Germany? Russia? And I'm like, it's the fucking United States, just upside down. Calm down.
Derplandia.
It was bad. Oh, it made you feel smart watching it. So I watched it like 6 times.
Gentlemen, who all has seen the movie Idiocracy?
I love it.
No.
Love that movie. Really?
Talk about prophecies or
just whistling Dixie.
Who is the guy? Nostradamus.
Nostradamus.
That motherfucker was more correct. That motherfucking movie was so on point with the future we're headed into.
Nostradamus?
No, seriously. Yeah. What
all we need is
what Nostradamus is like 80%.
Macho
correct?
Camacho for president.
Hey, I'm down for Terry Crews as president, man. It'd be awesome. Nobody would fuck with us. Just have that dude come out shirtless, like
Terry Crews.
Yeah.
He'll lose all his muscle tone.
He's also like 90. How old is Terry Crews? He's old as shit.
Yes, he is.
And he's still.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at how old he was when I think
right?
he's in his 50s, maybe 60.
Yeah, and he still looks like he's 25.
Black don't crack, man. Look at Tony D.
Yeah, that's right.
Tony
Tony's
D's
over
almost
100.
Tony D's almost 200 years old. He looks like he's about 90.
I'm not a vampire.
The Vulcans, man, they live forever.
But
they're elvish.
I see that video. Are you sure you're not a vampire, Tony D?
He's got his vampire go back. No, but you watch that Idiocracy. Holy crap! It's that movie really makes you think.
Well,
it is funny.
I was gonna watch it. It's on. I think it's on Prime Video right now. I was looking at it.
It's worth it.
But somebody told me to go get in to watch Peaky Blinders, so I've been watching Peaky Blinders.
Tell me it's not worth it.
It's worth it.
It's worth it, Michael, isn't it?
Damn it!
So shut up.
I still haven't started watching it.
Mike's gonna go get his fucking Kango hat.
I
already got those
watching.
Hats. What are you talking about?
I know.
But
go
maybe I need to put a little
razor blades in them.
Maybe I need to put some razor blades in them.
Right?
I got the hat.
Tom Shelby grabs that hat, fucking whips that dude with it, man. That's fucking.
And he cuts his eye open. I was like, no shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Next thing you know, Mike's got a sewing needle thread. What are you doing? Nothing.
Waiting to see Glick.
Barking up the wrong tree, sunshine.
Give me a stone cold stunner now, fucker.
Have you gotten to see Tom Hardy yet?
No.
Hold on to your seat, boy.
No, I think we just got rid of. I think we just got rid of Sam Neill. I think we just got rid of. And he plays a good bad guy.
Oh, he's a badass bad guy. Love to hate that dude. He's so good. I have to sit down and watch the new season. I haven't gotten to yet, but Tom Hardy is. You will find a 100% new respect for Tom Hardy. Watching.
I'm really hoping that I really hope he's like a Shelby or something like
mind.
that. And
no,
when I didn't see him in the first episode, I'm like, fuck, he's gonna be a cop. Damn
you know what? I hate these motherfuckers. Now they're gonna talk about they accepted my order. They picked it up and it's on the way, which means they hadn't gotten payment in time. Somebody gonna try and make me pay double. See, I'm about to go, boy. I just got finished watching Kill Bill. Don't mess with me.
Leave your mic on. No, Tom Hardy does not play a cop. I will give you that spoiler, but he is fucking awesome. He plays that role so well.
He killed that Peaky Blinders. I ain't gonna lie, that's a classic shit.
It's fucking amazing.
That's
yeah,
I'm just
when you get the timeline,
I just love that fucking all the clothes and all that shit.
Oh my god, them boys look good walking around with a fucking.
They do.
Oh man, that'd be badass.
What about Snow? No cocaine. No cocaine.
What's up, Killer?
No sports. No fucking sucking petrol.
No fucking fighting.
Bars.
Get out of my way.
What you say about Snow?
Imposter.
It didn't play all the way.
You clicked it too many times, but I caught it.
Imposter, I'm just a middle class working from Toronto. In spite of how I sound, single and platinum, bigger than Marley and Jimmy and Yellowman, but I'm not even mulatto. My reggae's watered down. Hear me on the radio, think I could not be blacker, but on my video, you see I'm really a cracker, pretending I was a rasta since I was in jammies. I should pay my face and start belting out. Take the man that says that I'm assuming start stumble down the lane.
Have you ever thought about Jim Carrey being a sellout to all of Canada when he did that himself?
I don't know. We can't have one with
Down, take the man that says that I'm assuming start stumble down the lane. I like keep on bum down, informer. You know say that I'm assuming I go lame. I like keep on bum down, take the man that says that I'm assuming start stumble down the lane. I like keep on bum down. If I am gonna come in, I blow down my door.
That's terrible. That's a damn shame.
Jammies. Since I was in jammies.
What'd you say about it? You said snow?
That's a damn shame.
You said snow. I figured that's what you wanted. I figured you wanted
No,
to
that
hear
wasn't
some
what the
snow,
fuck
man.
I wanted. You know better. You know
I thought
better.
that's what you wanted, man. I don't know. I thought you were making a request over
You
here.
know you jackass.
I got you.
Hell no. Come on, wait. To the no, no, no. Come on, come on. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Come on.
To the now, now. To the now,
I got
now.
you, Tony.
No, no.
Because he got me on it too.
Hell to the no, no. Mike, you need to say what's up to Cam. He's talking to you. Read the chat, damn it.
I did say what's up to
You
Killer.
fucked up, but it's okay because you'll fuck up again because you're a fuck up.
I did say what's up to him.
No,
Okay,
Mike,
cool.
when you get the chance, watch Idiocracy. Holy
You're
shit,
you're
that
over
movie's
here
so
like going
fucking
through
funny.
mail and talking about Apple products, and
I'm going through
Harley's,
mail. I'm trying
I
to
don't
get
know.
food delivered. I got a taste for Chinese food.
we need to get the show back on. Woo, we're a little off here.
I got taste for
Yeah,
I got
Mike,
taste
you
for
haven't been here for a
Chinese,
while.
too.
We the first hour we just pull the e-brake all the time.
Yeah, man. Something.
I got ghost stories for you guys in the second hour.
Excellent. I could use a good ghost
Excellent.
story.
Because this is tis the season, ladies and gentlemen. Tis the season. We are in.
Well, it's Wednesday,
October.
and we've already been into creepies. We've been in creepy season since August.
Yeah,
I know.
let's
But
be
we're
honest.
wrapping up the creepy season deep dives with ghost stories.
You
Absolutely.
need a decent
I have,
website with
got one.
Halloween costumes. Who's got one?
A decent website.
I had.
Yes,
I got
I
ideas for days.
started my Halloween tradition. Every Halloween, I read Dracula, and something from Edgar Allan Poe. So
You say you read Blackula?
Nerd, you're a fucking nerd. You're a fucking nerd. And no one likes you. No one likes you.
It's the dorkiest shit ever.
Poindexter.
No, I didn't say
Well, fuck.
Dracula.
My
I
Halloween
said
tradition.
Dracula.
I read my Halloween tradition. I read books. Fucking nerd.
That's why I put the
And
song.
when I see you,
because
you're getting a
nerd.
wedgie and a noogie. You're getting a
Shit.
wedgie, a noogie, and a wet willy. You're getting the trifecta.
Look, I'm telling you.
And by the way,
book is
fucking
scary
nerd.
as
I-
shit
What a
when
fucking
you read
dork.
it. I don't
Mike,
care.
spoiler
Read
alert.
the book. It's
Mike,
scary as
spoiler
shit.
alert. They made Dracula into a movie. I'm just saying.
Oh, I know.
Yo,
None
watch
of
the
them
movie.
are like the book, but
I get that, but
Yeah, I started my Halloween tradition.
it's 2022. What are you doing?
I started my Halloween tradition too. I watch scary movies.
I watch scary
I'm
movies
not gonna
too.
read. It's October. It's
Focus on
time
the
for me to get my Stephen King collection out, boys.
You're glitching. You're glitching, Chris.
I do. Yeah, that's a
Hey,
good.
hey,
Yeah,
everybody's been glitching all night.
I need to watch.
I actually need to get out my my decorations. I'm gonna start
I
decorating.
like American Werewolf in London. That's a good movie. I like watching that movie.
I've never seen that movie, to be honest.
It's a
I
good
never saw
movie.
it
You
either.
should check it out.
I heard it was great back in the day when it came out. It was
It-
outstanding.
It's
I
a
think
great movie.
The
Jeff would
problem
love
with
it. There's
watching-
like some titties in it, so she'll love it. He'll love it.
I see titties all the time. No, but the problem I have with watching
know,
older
porn
movies is the obviously the CGI is not going to be good as a puppetry or whatever. So
You said leave the mic
analyze it.
on, so I'm leaving the mic on. Y'all hold
Oh, here
on.
we go. Here's our entertainment for tonight, boys.
You know what? I kind of, how I feel about modern horror movies is most of them aren't that good, and the story isn't that strong. Yeah, the
What was that
graphics
fucking
are there,
movie?
but like that
What was that
remake with
fucking
the
movie you made
mummy.
me watch, Chris, the other day? That I was like, dude, that was fucked up. You made me watch that. I can't remember what it was.
That mummy, the
I have
mummy
no
with
idea.
Tom Cruise in it, that was terrible.
Oh well, that was a
It
big
was-
piece
it
of
was-
shit, dude. That was,
They
I,
did.
You know,
I-
that's
that was a piece of shit without seeing it.
you know, that Dracula, that retelling of Dracula wasn't that great either.
Maybe it's not even. Maybe it's the fact that you just watch terrible movies in general, Mike. And it's not the horror genres that's bad. It's just that your taste in movies is bad. You're still
I
watching
don't know
fucking
about that.
1927 Dracula.
I like that movie. That movie's good.
What they charge you, Tony? Did they charge you? I didn't hear a punch.
$175.
The payment went through. They just did it early.
Ah,
No, I like the original Dracula movie. I like the Arm and Hammer Dracula movies too. Those are fun with Christopher Lee.
oh, Army Hammer. Oh, Jesus Christ! I thought you said
He
Arm and
said
Hammer.
Arm and Hammer.
That's what I thought he said. I was like, so what? You talk about the cleaning product? You know, the shit I got in my
Baking
fridge
soda
to keep the smell out?
Halloween movie. Baking
You know,
soda
elephants
Halloween
masturbate by slapping their penises on their stomach until they ejaculate. And now you do. You're welcome.
Listen.
You're
Chris, you
welcome.
spend way too much time at the zoo, by the way.
Hello, interweb.
Well, you know, when a blue whale
Listen, I hate
ejaculates,
that guy so much.
when a blue whale
He's
ejaculates, his semen produces, what is it, 87 gallons worth of semen? That's why the ocean's so salty.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
buying
made you
that.
think about it.
So
Enjoy your meal,
salty,
Tony.
but-
Get
What
some salt.
whale was that? What whale is that?
The blue whale. It's like a shit
Oh.
ton.
Funny
Well, the
thing
sperm
is
whale.
the sperm whale has a penis the size of Jeff. Think about that.
Yeah, that just makes me awesome. Well, I have a retort for my height, gentlemen. When it comes to my height, when they were handing out greatness, they said you can get greatness or
Earth
you can
that
get
counts?
height. And I took greatness.
Oh, sorry.
You got in the wrong line.
You need to send your greatness back because
Greatness
it's
just
broken.
made me $100,000 this month. So
It's broken. Which is like $1,000 in the US. Calm down.
I beg to differ. I'm talking about dollars, sir. Ooh, that does look nice. Daddy. What?
Well, then sending us all $1,000 ain't gonna be nothing for you then.
The elephant fact was a friend of mine who just sent me that on Snapchat, by the way.
Why is that anything men need to share amongst each other? Is my question.
Kevin just brought me a simple thing. Chris, are you going to watch that new Santa Claus movie?
What the fuck are you talking
It
about?
stars the
Santa
guy.
Claus?
Stars the guy from Stranger Things, Hopper, as a bad guy Santa Claus.
No,
It's a
he's
horse.
trying to save the family.
Oh well,
Is it like
it's a horror.
Krampus?
It's a horror version of Santa Claus.
I think I may have already seen it. I think it's an older movie.
Solid night, deadly night.
No, it. The trailer just came out.
Jordan.
Krampus.
No, it's not Krampus. There's a bunch of horror movies where they combine Christmas and Halloween, and I've seen most of them. Goldberg did one.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, Goldberg from wrestling did one.
He was desperate for the money. Had to be.
I was going to say. I
I
haven't.
don't think Goldberg's
Heard
ever been
about it.
desperate for money.
Me neither until he did a horror Christmas movie.
Maybe he just wanted to do a movie.
No, I
It
think
was
it
It
comes
was
down to.
actually not
I
a
don't
bad
think-
movie.
Well, I think when it comes to wrestlers, you know, you get your start with a bad movie, and they're like, if he can do this, we'll just give it to him. If he can do this, then we'll give him something better.
The thing about it, The Rock did freaking Mummy too.
Yeah, but The Rock
He's
is charismatic.
It,
Yeah, but that skyrocketed his career.
Yeah, exactly.
it
And
skyrocketed
it-
his career, but the Scorpion King was terrible in that movie because he
that
actually
was
talked.
bad.
That movie
But
was
then
so-
he got
Skyrocketed
better.
his career so that he could make the same movie 45 times.
Which one?
Yeah.
Fast and Furious.
All of them. Once you see the Rock movie,
Okay,
you've seen
so
all of them.
Oh, yes.
but how many
Chris has
billions
a
of
theory.
dollars did he make?
No, here's the thing. Chris has a theory that if you've seen
Oh, is it a new Rock movie? Oh, is this one got Kevin Hart in it? Oh, it's a Rock Kevin Hart movie. Seen this one 20 times. Oh, it's just a Rock. Oh my gosh, what's happening?
I'll tell you what.
Is there some kind of natural disaster?
You keep complaining, and he's still going to the bank.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
I agree with you, Tony. I agree with you, Tony, but I also agree with Chris. You know, most rock movies.
I'm sorry, Jeff. I've run all over you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just saying.
I agree with Chris on that one because that Tower movie, that movie
that was
with him
big
and
shit.
Which one?
Oh,
it's the Towering Inferno. It's a remake.
No, you're talking about Skyscraper.
Skyscraper, yes. It's basically Towering Inferno.
And then San Andreas. You watch both of those movies back to back. You're watching.
People love those movies, though. People love those movies.
Well, I mean, Towering Inferno. Well, Skyscraper is basically a remake of Towering Inferno, which is I want to say
70s.
It's the 70s, but it's Redford, isn't it?
O.J. Simpson.
No, it's not Redford. It's
Newman. Paul Newman.
No.
Who is it?
Towering Inferno was Steve McQueen.
Thank you. I knew it was one of those guys. But yeah, I mean, the Towering Inferno was an amazing movie. Skyscraper.
You guys want to talk about anything else that nobody's giving a rat's ass
Can
about
we go
in 40
to break?
years?
You're the only
Can
one
we go to break and start over?
Hey, Glick.
You guys want to discuss the OJ trial?
Fuck yeah! I'm telling you, watch the documentary. Watch that miniseries.
He did it.
I'm
waiting.
Cuba
why
Gooding
is that?
Jr.
Why is
O.J.
that not a
Simpson
movie
awesome.
yet?
There was a movie.
Cuba
Gooding Jr. as O.J. Simpson.
Radio was awesome.
Oh my.
But another one that's just like The Rock is Vin Diesel. He's the only one that I know that's able to make 30 movies about the same thing and keeps making. He hasn't made a good movie.
I did enjoy The Rundown. I like The Rundown though.
I'm not saying I don't like all the Rock's movies. I don't like all of his movies, but I'm saying like once you've seen one Rock movie,
it does kind of stick to a format.
You've seen his movies. Oh, I'm the Rock.
Although I'm
a big jacked up meathead and I'm gonna beat everybody up. We get it. You even beat up a giant fucking alligator and a giant fucking bird. You beat up an earthquake.
That was crazy.
Good job, Rock. You beat up an earthquake.
I'm looking forward to Black Adam.
Yeah.
I am.
Listen, you said that you can fight an alligator, you can fight a fucking bear. So basically, what you're saying is you want to be the Rock.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
I don't want to be the Rock. I'm better than the Rock.
He says
I'm going to do it in real life. I'm not going to do it in a movie.
Where the Rock has fought an alligator and fought, all this stuff, and Chris.
I'm going to do it in real life, not a CGI created creature. I'm going to do it in real life. I never said I was going to fight, and I never said I was going to fight an alligator either.
We have all the elements of a Jumanji film right here. You got Glick, who thinks he's the Rock, and then you got Jeff, who's clearly the Rock character.
Why do I gotta be Kevin Hart?
Who's allergic to cake?
I don't like cake, so I'm okay with that.
Mike's Jack Black's character, a female trapped in a man's body.
I love it. How do you pee again?
I like
this
that.
Is cool. You should come look at my penis.
Anyways, I'm going to break.
It does sound like Mike. Hey guys, look at my penis. I mean, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. When have I ever said that?
I'm going to break. We'll be back after a little ditty from our friends in Blend. Go ahead and check them out on all social media at Blend614. They're a local band out of Columbus. And then if you're in the Columbus area and you don't have anything to do October 21st, they are at Ace of Cups Bar, downtown Columbus. Go check them out. Go show them some love on social media. And if you're in the area, go check them out live. It'll be worth the show. We'll be back here in just a few minutes.
That's a good bar.
That's our friends Blend with Good Vibes. It's a good tune, man. I like
That's
it.
pretty good.
Good.
That's pretty good.
Like I said, check them out on all social media and all that stuff at Blend614. Go show them some love. Let them know we sent you. Good guys. Hopefully, I'll get to catch them again sometime soon. I got to look at my
That was
schedule
pretty
and
good
see
for
what
real.
it's. Like I said, they're going to be at Ace of Cups on the 21st of this month. So I got to look and see if the kids are here or not. If the kids aren't here, I may trek out to Columbus and see the guys. See if I can hang out with them a little bit, chit chat with them some more. But Ace of Cups is a pretty cool little bar. Actually, I went there for the first time ever when I seen Blacktop Mojo, and I'm a huge fan of the hole in the wall type bars. I really enjoy them. That's kind of my go-to. I'm too old for the club scene and stuff like that because these young knuckleheads out here thinking they want to fucking fight everybody and their brother, and not realizing that coming after the old dog's going to get them killed.
Well, it's also nice to to actually sit down someplace where if you go to a club, you're basically standing the whole night.
Yeah, and I don't mind standing there. It is what it is. I'm not that old yet. I just like the hole in the wall.
There you are.
I just like the hole in the wall type bars because
Atmosphere.
It's a chill. It's a chill environment. It's a cool atmosphere. Everybody's usually pretty calm. I went and seen Rumspringer last weekend, and it was at a little bar, and everybody in there was super cool. So, but. With that being said, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the anarchy of the first hour. I'm Glick, of course, you know that. We got Tony D in the building. We got Jeffrey in the building. And we got himself in the building. Michael's here. If you guys aren't already, go ahead and check us out on all them social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget you can join us live Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 6 p.m. on YouTube and Twitch. And if you can't join us live, that's all right. We got you covered because you can listen to us anytime you like, wherever you like, and however you like on Spotify and basically everywhere you listen to podcasts at. We are there. Just give Nonsensical Nonsense a search. Give us a follow. Give us a like. Give us a listen. And if you like what you hear, and you'd be so kind, give us a share because you got to help. We want to grow, and we need your help to grow. What's going on, Gemma? What's going on, A Ray of Sunshine? We see the rain coming in. Welcome from the Mental Health Hour, friends of the show with Tim and Gemma.
What's good?
How y'all doing? Welcome. But before we get too crazy and we get too far into it, yes, I know, Tony, before you start laughing at me. I'm working on it. I'm also working on about 900 other fucking things because I get no help on this goddamn show.
Are you ready to dive in to the unexplained, the unknown, the unsolved? Look at the truth behind some of our strangest mysteries. It's time for Glick's.
That was the scariest one. The last one, the scariest one.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Tony, so I apologize for that.
Gemma, good to see you. Ray, good to see you. Glick, boy, you up your shade yourself.
Look, man, I would like to say that I'm ashamed of myself. I know it's not great. I know it's not good. I'm still working on it. But at the end of the day, when you're the only one that does anything for the podcast, what are you going to do? It works.
I can make an intro for you if you like. It's up to you.
Or when you do 99% of the work for the podcast. Whatever you want to call it. Either way, it is October. We are into the grand finale of spooky season. And Tony's going to love this one because I really got Tony with the urban legends. I got him with the cryptids. And I know he doesn't like this stuff. Not that he doesn't like this stuff. He just won't go adventuring with me. But now,
I'm with him.
Gentlemen,
My ass in the car.
are you ready for ghosts and haunted houses?
Why not?
Absolutely. Bring it on.
And as per the norm, since it's the first one of the month, I figured let's get a little close to home, shall we? I have
Amityville.
4 stories. I have 4 stories. Kind of short stories, little brief little stories from Cancun, Georgia,
Oh,
Iowa,
oh,
and in my backyard
oh shit.
here in
Otherwise known
Nurka
as
High. We're gonna go ahead and start.
Chris's
We're gonna go ahead and start. Yeah, we're gonna go. Yeah, my basement. Shut up. You're lucky I let you out of your cage to do this show.
Quiet, Michael.
No, we're gonna start in Jeffrey's backyard. And Jeff, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed if you don't know about this, considering
I've been
from
here for 20
Cancun.
years. Yeah.
You've been down there 20 years. You worked in the tourist industry and you worked in the hotel zone.
Yep.
Tony with the
With
D
that
is
being
already
said-
running. Come back, Tony.
We have the witch of the hotel zone and the haunted house of Cancun.
Oh, he knows. He knows.
I know about the
I would
witch.
hope he. That is the big dog, Tim.
Yes, Tim Conrad, that is me. It is I.
Why is Sirius XM calling me?
You
Anyways,
make a payment.
Oh.
Duh.
I don't have to make payments. Anyways,
Tony
there
with
was a
the
house in
D,
the
are
middle
you
of
coming
the.
back?
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
he's
backup
trying-
dinner showed up too. So go ahead.
Backup dinner. It's like that 1 and 2 breakfasts thing from Lord of the Rings. Nerds.
Anywho, let's get it together. Focus, gentlemen. Focus.
I'm in it.
There
I'm
was
in
a
it to
house
win it,
in the
Jeff.
middle of the hotel
But-
zone
Shut up, Michael.
until about last year, around this time last year, the house was there. It was known as the House of Witches of Cancun by the young people who live, study, and work in the tourist area. However, until now, that it has been demolished, horror stories are beginning to emerge about this place.
Tim Conrad was good.
So, the house was located in the heart of the hotel zone. And Jeff, when I get done, I want you to kind of give us a little bit more of a background on the hotel
Like
zone
how?
as far as
Yeah.
I don't want
how
any
big
of
it
this
is,
now.
whatnot. Just a real quick brief. You don't have to go into
I can do that.
4-hour detail. Near the famous whereabouts of, and Jeff, again, you're going to know these places, and
Yep.
if I butcher them, you can correct me. Pepe's Tigre?
Tigres.
Tigres?
It's
At least
tigers.
I fucking
Pepe's
tried.
Tigers. Pepe's Tigers.
I know what it
exactly
means.
where that is.
Was a house that remained abandoned for many years after the ravages of Hurricane Wilma. The place was closed, and until this is a story from last year. So until last year, it was in ruins thanks to the vandalism, apparently rituals that were consummated in this place. In one of the narrations, a young woman said that between curiosity, she sometimes went with a couple of friends in the place because it was a day and they had made a challenge. They settled in the place that was. This is written very badly, by the way.
It's probably translated by 14 different people. Or Google.
Yeah. It was in rubble, and they found a staircase. They climbed, and the surprise they found was unpleasant. Inside what they mentioned they had seen were dolls made of cloth with faces of photographs and buried needles. The girl quoted, "I think there was voodoo in that place. There were also spots like blood all in the top. The girls left as soon as possible in the place where supposedly practiced witchcraft. Days later, they would return with a wider group of friends where there would be men who were curious because of what they had told them they wanted to see. In the place where there's nothing. In the place there was nothing. I'm going to try to.
I was going to say you might have to grammatically fix it while you're working on it. While you're reading
Yeah.
it.
For a while, they stayed and took pictures and videos and the stories for their social media networks without realizing they won the afternoon. And the light went down. When they were leaving, they were all at the bottom. They heard footsteps of people in the place and a female voice that did not understand what they were saying, but they did not stay to find out. The young woman who claims it was a witch appeared at the scene since no one could have entered without any one of her 8 friends being aware. So they're saying that it was a ghost already in the building.
Right.
It was old girl from Suicide Squad. Go ahead.
Oh, and yeah, Enchantress. Oof.
Yeah, there you go.
She was kind of hot.
Yeah, she was.
As Enchantress, not as her normal self.
I agree, 100%.
I think I have a weird goth fetish. Anyway,
I do too.
the house is located. I'm not even going to butcher those names.
Kukulkan Boulevard.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
No, exactly. Kukulkan Boulevard is
the
one
most
street that the hotel zone is on. The hotel zone, for a quick, just 30 seconds, it's 28 kilometers from end to end, and it's one street. That's the entire hotel zone, and it makes a giant, kind of like a backward C or horseshoe, is what the hotel zone is. And you're either on the lagoon side or the hotel side or the ocean side, and so technically the hotel zone is an island. But where this house is right across the street from one of the most popular beaches.
Oh, nice.
For locals to go. It's actually Brian would know exactly where it is. It's right across the street from the beach called I think it's Flamingos.
But
I think I've heard you guys.
What can you tell us about this house, or what have you heard being a local?
Honestly, being a hold on one second, Kevin. I've gone past that. If going to work every day in the hotel zone, you pass this place twice a day. You know, it's and
to
people
and fro,
walk by it every day. Yeah, to and fro every day, exactly. It is. I think it's at kilometer 6, so it's early on in the hotel zone, where everybody goes to party is kilometer 9. So it's not far from where everybody hangs out, and a lot of people walk past it on the way back to their hotel. You know, because they actually there's a bus stop right there on that side of the street. So like you could be standing in front of it for 15 minutes every day to catch a bus to get to further up the hotel zone, as opposed to.
But that's going to be something more known for locals. I mean, you know, tourists aren't really going to know.
It's not.
They're just going to look like
the house in question. The house in question is, when I say Kukulkan Boulevard is one street, it has a bunch of horseshoe streets off of it that are like one house deep.
Does it look haunted? Is there stuff outside?
You could drive by it.
You have an eerie feeling every time you went by it.
You know what? For the first 15 years, I didn't know anything about it. I only found out about 5 years ago.
Did you ever go in it and do crack?
I've never seen it. I've never.
Because the pictures I've seen, it looked like
when you drive by it. When you drive by it, you wouldn't see it was there. You actually have to take that left.
Oh, so it's kind of in the cut a little bit.
It's in a little bit of cut. So, and I think it's like 3 houses down from Pepe's. And Pepe's, you can see Pepe's from a mile away because they literally have bars on everything, and it says Pepe's Tigers real big. And there hasn't been tigers in there for 20 years. So. But the guy that owns Pepe's Tiger, yeah, well, he used to have a zoo, very much like Tiger King kind of thing.
Oh, he was the Mexican Tiger King.
Yeah, basically. And it got shut down. Are you hungry there, Tony? Did you leave any plate left?
Is that your second dinner?
No, this is the first one.
Oh.
But it's like I said, you could be standing in front of that house and not know it, because that area, especially Pepe's Tigers, it's not the guy that owns the building that Pepe's Tigers does not want to sell it.
Chris Technician, what's good? Go ahead.
People have been trying to buy it for years because it's like the perfect property for a hotel. And the house in question is literally right next to it, like 1 or 2 houses down. And Pepe's Tigers is so abandoned looking that you don't notice the other house.
Ooh, I think I'm getting tired.
Yeah. But I have heard the story a couple of times.
That was my first meal of the day, so I'm sorry.
I have yet to eat today.
I was actually in my Jurassic Park mode.
Hibernation. Extinction.
Oh.
Yeah, what?
Velociraptor. Hell of a story. So y'all got a haunted hotel in one of the biggest resort cities of the damn
No, it's a
country.
house.
It's a house.
Oh, the house.
But there are houses. For instance, Sly Stallone and Madonna own a house in the, not together, obviously. They own houses in the hotel zone. There are several condos and houses you can buy, and those houses go for a minimum of $1 million plus.
I believe you.
And
Oh shit! I forgot about chicken on a stick.
What up, Chris?
Jesus.
Yeah. Anyways, so I don't know. I think had I been there and I knew about it, I would definitely be in that motherfucker real quick.
Well, the funny thing is, you mentioned Pepe's Tigers. I would have never guessed it was there. I thought it was farther up the hotel zone. Because once you get up to like kilometer 20, it starts getting empty, and there's like one building, and you know it gets more scattered. So most buses don't go past kilometer 22 because it's just desolate.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and bring it back to the States here.
Yeah.
Go ahead and venture on up to Iowa.
Oh
shit.
And the city of Clarion. And this is just a real quick, just a real quick hit and run story. But there's a legend about this old house in Clarion, and they say if you go into the house, in the picture of this house, it looks like literally a rundown farmhouse straight out of a horror movie.
Nice.
You know,
Amityville
like,
style.
What state again?
No. It's like right out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
What state
or
again?
any other Iowa.
In what city?
Clarion.
And we never heard of that city, and nobody goes to that state. I expect that. Keep going.
People go to that
Fair
city.
enough. I mean, Mike's there.
Yeah, Mike's there.
I'm looking at it right now.
We're gonna send Mike
now the picture of the house that they showed, like I said, it looks like something straight out of a horror movie that evolves in some podunk ass middle of nowhere town. Basically, as Tony says, I'm keeping my ass on the highway. I'm not taking. You gotta turn your brightness down on your phone. Turn your brightness down on your phone. Yeah.
Now we're getting a reflection. Oh yeah.
I see it. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that's not the house. That is coming up. That is coming up because that is a really famous house. That is actually the Valeska axe murder house.
Never heard of it.
You never heard of it? It's like a super famous story.
It's literally right next door to
13 of Iowa. Okay, I'm sorry. That was 13 of Iowa's most haunted.
It's a super famous story, and I don't know if I'm going to do it in the ghost section or the next deep dive. I'm probably going to do something else, which that one could fall into play. But anyways, so the house, it's kind of an old rundown farmhouse. But the legend says that if you go into the house, you walk upstairs and you take one of the old family photos home with you. You go up there, you know, you're touring around, you're adventuring around, you go into the house, because there's a ton of things still left over from the previous family or the owners or the original owners or whatever. And you grab one of the old family photos and you take it home and you sleep with it. That when you wake up in the morning, the photo will be gone. But when you go back to the house that next day, the photo will be back in the house on the floor where you found it.
Do it, Mike.
But there will be.
Hold on, I'm Googling up how far away it is.
But what wasn't in the picture before that is now in the picture, there will be a dark figure in that picture. And that figure's name is George. Now, before you guys get on some kind of crazy ass tirade and lose your fucking minds.
You know what's coming because you would have said it.
No, I know. I researched the fuck out of this, and I cannot find anything out about the family or who George is or anything like that. This is just one of those ghost stories that every town has. It's probably a name that was given to him by the kids, when they started the story. So
it's 3 hours away from
the figure's name is George, and he will haunt you after you touch the photograph. They say that if you let George touch you, I know two guys
You're
in
gonna
this
have a good
podcast
time.
that have been touched by a man named George, and they're both on the bottom of the screen. It happened at Boy Scout camp.
His name is Bill.
But if they say his name was Bill, he was my Boy Scout leader. I trusted him. He said it was our secret, and he
My
loved
little
me.
secret. How did you know?
But they say that if George will haunt you, and that if he touches you, he will take apart your soul.
Do it, Mike.
And
Do it for
again,
the
like
show.
I said,
I got a question. Who the fuck's taking a picture and sleeping with it?
That's what I was about to say. I was like, what
number
dumbass?
Number
What
two,
dumbass?
if you wake up and the picture's gone, and then there's a dark figure
In the middle of the
state.
Why the fuck you go back?
that's just
In
a
the middle
legend.
of the
It's the same.
state.
It's the same thing as literally, and I'm not even going to do these stories because every state has this ghost story.
Yes, every state
Literally,
has a ghost story. Yes.
Not this one, but every state has one of
A.
two stories, if not both of them. A, Crybaby Bridge,
Right.
where the story goes back in the late 1800s, a single mother whose husband left her for another woman, went to a bridge and threw her baby over the bridge and then killed herself. And if you go there at night, you can hear the babies crying and you'll see the ghostly apparition of the mother on the bridge. In some instances, she'll try to kill you. She'll try to get you. She chases you off the bridge, blah, blah, blah. Also, the second story that you hear in almost every goddamn state, and it's probably most popular in Texas. I think Texas has one that's really popular. I know there's at least 3 of them here in Ohio, myself personally, that if there's certain railroad tracks that once upon a time in the early 1900s, there was a school bus full of kids, and the bus stalled on the tracks, and the train was coming, and the train hit the bus and hit all the kids died. But if you go and you put your car in neutral and you sit on the railroad tracks and you turn your lights off, your car will be pushed off the tracks. And then when you go back and look at it, if you sprinkle baby powder or whatever, or baking soda, or if you don't, and it's just a cool night and there's a little bit of light dew on your car, that on the back of your trunk, there'll be a whole bunch of child-sized handprints where they pushed your car off the track.
Unbelievable.
So again, 2 stories I'm staying away from. I'm also staying away from every state has this story as well. When the railroads were first coming around and first becoming popular, you hear the story of the ghostly lantern, about the train conductor who lost his head, whether it was a head-on collision with the trains, or he was trying to fix something and the train moved and cut his head off, or something happened where the train conductor lost his head.
Or the same with the people, the builders that were making the railroads.
Yeah.
They had some kind of bad accident.
Exactly.
The Chinese slaves that we don't talk about. Those. Yeah.
Every state has one.
Yeah.
I
went to the Crybaby Bridge in South Carolina when I lived there. So yeah, they have one up
got
there
like
too.
15 Crybaby Bridges in Ohio.
Right.
Yeah, and most of them are in Newark because meth heads.
Well, no, they're really crying at the bridges.
Yeah.
That's a real. That's not ghost or anything.
Those
That's
aren't
real.
apparitions.
Those are just meth heads. Yes. Oh, did he?
That explains their ghostly look.
Yeah.
They look like a
But
skeleton.
that is the quick little hit and run in Iowa.
I don't, what would possess you to be like, let's take this photo?
I doubt that.
Well, it's one of those things.
I'm assuming when you say sleep with it is like put it on your bedside table or something.
Yeah,
like
put it on your bedside table, put it on your bed beside you, put it under your pillow,
Sleep
whatever the
next to
case
it,
may be.
yeah.
Whether or not it's a real ghost story or not, it's something that started with probably the local kids, because it was an old abandoned, rundown, creepy farmhouse, and there were pictures in it, and it was a story that started, and now that's we
can
again,
find out. Mike, get in the car.
Every town in
For the
every state.
podcast.
Yeah, every town in every state.
Yeah, I
has
gotta
a story.
go. I'll be back.
About don't go to old man Creepy McCreeper Pants' house because he's the devil. you know.
Right.
So every town. Yeah, man. It is.
Otherwise known as Tony D.
But let's venture into Tony's neck of the woods.
Yes,
Georgia.
Tony, get your car keys ready because you're sending you on a trip, boy.
We are sending you
Georgia.
on a trip.
Go to the bathroom first.
Georgia.
And we are in Georgia, and yes, one of the top stories I found. What's up, Golf Hawk? It's the black guy.
Golf Hawk, November 11th.
And I'm not going to dive into the
Hey,
ghost stories about
boys!
this one.
Look what I got here. Hey, where are the white women at?
Just once.
That is 100% for Golf Hawk.
Just once. Just once. Just once.
Had to be done.
Just
I'll
once.
fill it up. I have to play it.
Just once. Just once. I want to get through something. Just one time.
Never gonna happen. How many episodes? 178 episodes. You haven't learned this fact.
Just once.
You call me slow.
Anywho, I'm not gonna do the obvious for Tony D, and do the place that he's obsessed with, and I'm not gonna do Lake Lanier because yes, there are ghost stories aplenty.
Yes.
Instead, we're gonna head off to Midgeville. I don't know, that's a weird ass name. Is it? It doesn't say. Is it Milledgeville?
Milledge?
Yeah, Milledgeville. Okay.
You said
I'm not gonna
Midge.
disagree with
Words
you. You live
really
there.
are hard for you, aren't they?
You fucking live there, dude. I lived in South
Midgeville.
Carolina. I've lived in Ohio most of my life, and there's cities here that I still don't know the fucking names of.
I got a
Tony, you gotta
homeboy from
resource
college. He
of
lives in that city. You're going to talk about that asylum, aren't you?
Central State Hospital.
Yep. Go for it.
Get your keys ready, Tony. Sending you on a trip.
Yeah.
I'll make the phone
Yeah,
call.
like I said.
Get your GoPro ready.
If you've seen the amazing, terrifying second season of American Horror Story, you already know how this story goes about Central State Hospital.
Where are the white women at?
That's not how it goes. It is a old mental institution located in Milledgeville. Is that what you said?
Milledge, Milledge.
You don't have to spell it again. I just wanted to make sure I was pronouncing it.
That's why words are
Just tell
hard.
him how to pronounce it. He sees it.
Spell to him phonetically.
Right there.
Is this a goddamn spelling bee? You're still gonna lose to the Indian kid.
Grown ass men with people looking to.
You're gonna lose to the Indian
But
kid.
this isn't Aquila and the bee, all right? You're not Lawrence.
Anyways,
Fisher.
it's in Georgia. The Central State Hospital still stands to this day, and it remains the largest mental health institution in the United States. There were up to 25,000 patients
Jesus Christ.
buried on the 2,000-acre site.
Yeah.
People were dying to
Which-
get in there.
Which
What do you say? What do you say?
Some people were dying
I
to
don't
get in
know.
there. It was too easy.
Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up.
I got you. Walked it
Anywho,
down.
as I was saying, 25,000 patients buried on the 2,000-acre site, which officially opened in 1842 as the Georgia Lunatic Asylum, 5 years after Georgia lawmakers authorized a lunatic, idiot, and epileptic asylum, known simply as Milledgeville. To many Georgians, the site is haunted by memories of the patients who are said to have been mistreated there. In fact, according to the 1960 Pulitzer-winning article by Jack Nelson, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, thousands of patients were served by only 48 doctors. None of which, plot twist, none of which were certified psychiatrists.
Yeah, that's not good at all. That's not good at all.
And an even more disturbing tidbit about Central State Hospital is that some of the doctors that were hired were actually hired out of the mental asylum itself. Hence the phrase, the inmates running the asylum.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mike found you a new job.
Yeah, so, and again, much like any asylum from the 1800s or psychiatric crazy house, whatever,
they made it up.
yes, the patients were treated miserably.
Yes,
they were.
Oh, that's way cool. That was a way cooler story than Iowa.
Beaten, sexually abused, straight
having
up
to wear
murdered,
cages on their head, all that shit, right?
Yeah, in those early days, a lot of quote unquote psychiatric treatment was just clearly like, I think this will work. Let me jam a needle into their fucking brain. That'll fix them.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you.
Hey, I got
I'm
an
just
idea,
gonna
boys.
hurt you really,
got a new drill.
really bad.
So needless to say, are there ghosts? If you believe in ghosts, absolutely. Are they tortured souls that may or may not want revenge?
Ghost spirit specters, yes.
Tony D.
Tony D, get your GoPro.
You know where it's at.
I know where I know where the city
Get to exploring, Shaggy.
Yes. Get your 67 Impala and start heading out.
So I did have a friend from college. When I met him back in '91, he told me about that hospital. I didn't know anything about it. Quite frankly, with that story right there, of course he goes to fried chicken. Bastard.
I can hear you.
Good. You suck. You are not the champ. In New York.
How far away is that from you?
About an hour and a half.
Hey, that's
it's a small city, but it is its own city. They got their own college out there. Pretty much one of the major colleges in the state is in that city. But my homeboy from college, he told me about it. When he told me about it, the first place I thought of was Bellevue in New York. How they talk about those people were crazy.
Yeah,
right.
I put along the same guidelines as that. When he told me, I was like, yeah, whatever. I came here. I've actually been to that city a couple times. Went up there to go holler at him one time for his birthday. The city's not that bad. They got a college there. So there's kids and everything all around there, but it's a small town, but I was familiar with that. I don't play with no place where you got people buried underground that was mistreated. I'm moving.
Well, see, what I'm trying to figure out is how you're going to have 12,000 square foot, but have over, 2,000 square foot, but have over 2,000 bodies buried in it.
12,000. 12.
Oh, it's 12,000 square foot? Okay.
Whoa. Were you listening, Michael? It's over 25,000, over 25,000 bodies were buried in a 2,000 acre
25.
plot.
Okay, wrong.
25,000.
25,000
bodies
on 2,000
acre plot.
Yeah. It's like 4 an acre.
Yeah, that means that they're burying them
Obviously
on
not.
top of each other, right?
No,
They have
that's wrong.
2,000 acres?
No. Do you know how big 2,000
acres is? A lot.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Pretty much it looked like how the grave sites looked in New York during COVID when they were showing the scenes of it.
Oh, you got to bring up COVID. It's banned.
We're talking about ghosts
We
and
just
shit.
got demonetized. Good job, Tony, with the D. Shit.
No.
First of all, y'all watch Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm not watching that show.
I'm not watching it either.
Most rural schools are like 2 acres.
When they told me that dude was going to sleep with
2
dead
to 4
bodies and then having sex with him, I'm like, nah, I'm not watching this shit. Y'all kiss my ass. Matter of fact,
I watched Blonde instead. Or Blondie.
So a lot of times, just to put this in perspective, for 2,000 acres, a lot of times your housing developments especially the older housing developments. Not so much anymore because they literally put people on top of people in these houses.
Well, yeah.
But your older housing developments, each plot was about an acre of land. You roughly had about an acre of land per plot when they built a house back in the day. So go ahead.
See, that's what I was thinking.
Envision, if you can envision a housing development, what that looks like per house. Imagine 2,000, which I mean, depending upon how big the housing development is, you could very easily, once you factor in streets and roads and retaining ponds and this, that, and the other thing, you very easily have over 2,000 acres wrapped up. So it is a massive plot of land. I don't know. They could have bodies stacked on top of each other. I mean, in Charleston,
I don't think so. That body count, and I actually have just under an acre right now.
They could.
How many bodies do you have buried in your backyard?
I haven't put any back here yet.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so
how many Ma Chi Chis are buried back there, Jeffrey Dahmer, Tony D?
They're in your bedroom.
Okay, so I have an acre in 2 football fields, gentlemen. It is 75% of a football field. Is 1 acre.
Okay.
You just did that math, and you could have simply just fucking Googled how much.
I did.
How big is 2,000 acres?
You could Google it for somebody else to give you an answer, but he tried to figure it out himself.
I know. I literally
Googled
2,000 acres.
How many football fields in an acre.
And you don't play sports.
0.75% of American football field. No, but as great reference, everybody knows how long a football field is.
Yes, 100 yards.
Mm-hmm. So 75% of a football field.
So you've got 2,000 3/4 of a football field.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Good reference. My reference was a hell of a lot better, and I didn't have to Google
Is
that
that
shit.
in kilometers? Is that in kilometers, or is that in millimeters, or
centimeters? Anyways, no, but like I said, any old ass asylum, any old ass. I used to work at one the very first time I worked at OSU. When I worked for the Med Center, I worked at the old Warren G. Harding Hospital, which was, it was a.
He was a patient.
Not Warren.
Don't let him like
not Warren G. Harding. That was the president. It was Warren G.'s.
He was a patient.
Clear black moon. Warren G. was on They took my chains. They took my Rolex. Looked at the brother and said, "Damn, what's next?" They got my homie here.
We're going to go to Mouseville. We're going to go to Mouseville.
Anyways, no, Dr. Harding was President Harding's brother, and he opened up his facility in Worthington, and that place was super haunted. I had a lot of experiences and seen and heard a lot of things on that property.
You did have a lot of.
Not to mention, they were at that. They were also in that era where they were experimenting on a lot of, a lot of treatments were new and everything like that. And I mean, I'll be perfectly honest with you guys. And one of the guys I worked with down in the basement, we found all kinds of cool stuff, and we found lobotomy tools and all kinds of, like, from back in the day that was down in the basement, because when they shut down, when OSU bought the property and they moved it, the psychiatric care or whatever, to downtown at campus, basically it just looks like they just left one day.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
and didn't pack anything. Yeah, it didn't pack anything. So there were patient files. There was all kinds of crazy stuff. But we were looking up his
name. I was here.
I was not there. But no, we were down there looking at stuff.
He took the file.
He took the file.
Don't worry about my files. Don't worry about my files. Don't worry about my files.
That's why you're not found on any police info.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Glick's got a tick. Glick's tick.
I'm perfectly normal. What'd you say?
Why?
Chop them up into little pieces and stick them in the garbage disposal?
Those are the voices.
Out of all the places, I would not mind exploring like mansions and stuff, like abandoned mansions and stuff like that. But a sanitarium? No, I'm out. No, you go right ahead. I'll wait here in the car.
Oh no, like I said, we were down in the
Running
basement
in
in one
here.
of these buildings. Yeah, and we were down in the basement in one of the buildings, whether you guys believe me or not, but we were messing around with like the different medical equipment, and some of that shit was super old.
Chris is like, come here, let me put this on the side of your forehead. This will be awesome.
Yeah. And
oh yeah, he's Tony's super quiet. He's like,
and from down the hall, we heard somebody yelled at us. They're like, "Don't touch!" And there was nobody else there.
That's fucked up.
The guy I was with ran out of the building. Meanwhile, my dumbass is like, "I'm going to explore some more."
Yeah, by yourself.
Chris
Good
is going,
job.
what was that noise? Let's go check it out. Meanwhile, Tony's like,
Tell me not to fucking
Chris
So
is dead.
who really gets killed in the scary movie first?
Tell me not to touch. Do you know who the fuck I am? I'm the champ, you son of a bitch.
After yelling at a ghost,
Yeah.
it rips your head off and hold your head. Don't you know I'm the champ? Jesus Christ, that fucking head just
The fucking champ, you're dead.
Let's just
Shut up.
let's just call it what it is. If
say-
we were all horror villains from classic horror movies, Glick would definitely be Freddy.
hardly.
Yeah.
No, I don't
That's
think so.
Leatherface
I
right
would
there.
probably.
That's Leatherface right there.
I know. I
Giant
no,
beast
no,
of
no,
a
no.
man with a fucking
The
chainsaw.
Nightmare on Elm Street? Shit, he talks too much.
I get what Mike's saying. The cockiness, the arrogance, the ego is what he's saying.
Okay, I see where you're going.
Yeah.
I
No,
see where you're
Mike's
going.
big ass would be Leatherface. Look at him.
Tony with the D.
Jeff would be Chucky. Jeff would be Chucky.
Tony with the D would be
Better he'd be the leprechaun.
Tony with the D would be
Tony-
Jason. No, or Mike
Tony,
Myers.
No, Tony D with his swag and shit, he would be Candyman all day.
Oh yeah,
All day.
100%.
We'll throw him
I
that
just
ball.
don't like how he died.
That was
I know
fucked
he's
up.
dead.
Have you seen the new Candyman, by the way?
I want to see the new one.
I do want to watch it. Anywho,
I would
let's
probably
wrap this up.
I'd probably be somebody stupid like the Lawnmower Man or some stupid shit like that.
Agreed.
It's not even a scary
100%
movie.
agreed.
That wasn't a bad movie though. That was not a bad
It
movie.
wasn't even a scary movie. It was a good movie. It'd be fucking
Lawnmower Man and Shocker were two decent movies.
Shocker was a great movie. Anyways, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Bringing it back, boys. Save the best for last.
Ohio.
All right,
because-
back in Ohio.
Not because Ohio
Ohio.
and or it's Ohio, first of all. Jackasses.
Just
Jump
like
in.
Ohio.
It's Idaho.
No, it's Ohio.
Ohio.
Oh.
Ohio.
Ohio. Just like Newark.
Not
Tonight-
because
Tonight,
We're gonna-
Ohio.
we're gonna come right into my very own backyard. And there's some crazy ghost stories here in Newark.
I'm sure.
Like there's one back in the day, a bomber, the plane, crashed just down the street from me. and
I've heard
smashed
that
into
one.
a bunch of houses.
I've heard
Yeah.
that one.
Which, if you guys want to hear that, I can tell you that in another day in time. But right in my backyard, here in Newark High,
Newark.
the old Licking County Jail.
Yes. I've heard this one too.
Newark High. I keep saying it like that because it just disturbs the hell out of Tony D. So
I've never heard that
Newark,
shit in my life.
Newark, Ohio.
Newark, Ohio.
May not be the first place that people want to visit when they're traveling through the state.
No
That's
shit.
an understatement of the century.
I was gonna say, no shit, Captain Obvious.
Yeah. But the city does hold tremendous appeal. Now, mind you, outside of the east side of Newark, on the other side of the square, Newark is actually a pretty nice town. It is a pretty nice city. There is a lot of cool things here. We do have
Get to that west side.
we have some we have some absolutely beautiful historic homes. There's a lot of history in Newark, but once you get onto the east side, once you go onto that opposite side of the square, down past the jail and everything like that,
and it's literally separated by a street. It's separated by a street. I kid you not.
It's separated by a bridge.
Stolen?
Yeah, well, bridge.
Did you guys have a bridge stolen from you?
No,
like a whole ass.
No, that wasn't Ohio. That wasn't Newark. I was up in northern Ohio. But yeah, that happened. But
seriously, one side of the bridge, you're like, wow, it's really nice. As you cross the bridge, you're like, wow, it's getting kind of fucked up.
Yeah, because as soon as you cross the bridge, you go right on the other side of the bridge is the county jail, the new county jail. So and then it gets a little sketchy
in the ghetto and
yeah, exactly. But the city does hold tremendous appeal. People taking the time to investigate the area will find that there's more to the city than they may have initially thought.
Yeah, than a highway running through.
Yeah, well, Newark is home to multiple parks, landmarks, watermark. We have the world famous earthworks, which are mounds, Indian mounds. We have Das Arboretum.
I would be interested in seeing that.
It's actually
seeing that.
Marietta's better.
There are even locations for enjoying shows and concert. We have the Midland Theater down on the square. It's a historical theater that's been there for 1 billion years, and it's a super cool place to go see a concert because it is a theater. At the end of the day, it is a theater. Again, Das Arboretum is one of the top locations people visited in the area. We got walking trails, observation towers, and very blah, 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 blah. But an even bigger draw to Newark, Ohio is the old Licking County Jail. People come from near and far to see the old jail in hopes of performing their own paranormal investigation in one of the most haunted places in Ohio. The majority of people never leave without some type of paranormal experience. I have yet to get inside that jail, but it is on my to-do list because I want to.
When I come visit you, can we go? When I come visit you, can we go?
Get your GoPros.
You two are the only two motherfuckers ever know that when you want to go somewhere and the both of you gonna go to jail on purpose. Y'all are ridiculous.
Right?
Well, right.
Going to jail. I did all the ghost tours in Charleston. And
that's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said.
We're fucking white, Tony, with the G. We actually get the privilege to visit.
Let me get through this.
Go ahead.
We're getting close to a break. Let me get through this. Calm down. We can go back into this discussion later. Obviously around the world there are types of buildings that are obviously they're required by all major cities. You got to have hospitals. You got to have grocery stores, gas stations, and you got to have a jail. Most importantly, you got to have a jail so you can lock up the bad people.
Got to have a jail.
Mike away from the rest of the people.
Yes, exactly.
Fair game.
In 1889, in Licking County, the area's fourth jail, the old Licking County Jail, was erected. The impressive structure was with an almost castle-like appearance. And it does look like a castle. It is an amazing building. It is a super cool-looking building.
We gotta go there.
Joseph Warren Yost, the popular architect in the state of Ohio. Yost also is known for Orton Hall at OSU, which is another building. Orton Hall, super old building, and again, it looks like a castle, and it's awesome.
That dude built
creepy.
Design. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of places that dude.
Yeah.
Didn't he build Mancy?
No, I don't think he did, but I could be wrong.
Mancy's very similar to a castle as well.
Mm-hmm. But so back in the day when they built these jails and stuff like that, a lot of them had multiple levels and multiple sections. This one had 3 levels. The first 2 levels served as housing for the sheriff and his family. You didn't have a warden in the jail because this was a county jail. You had the sheriff who stayed there.
Yes. Wardens for the penitentiary state, right?
Yes, exactly. Yep. So the first 2 levels of the jail were housing for the sheriff and his family. The first floor contained all the important rooms, such as kitchen, living room, office, foyer, blah blah blah. Second floor had the bedrooms. On the third floor were the living quarters for the jail's matron, and the back portion of the building served as an area in which prisoners were incarcerated. The jail housed both male and female criminals, and it only had 32 cells on separate floors. In total, Licking County Jail had the capacity, so you had 32 cells on each side or whatever. But it could hold up to 68 prisoners. And the cells that were at the smallest cell was only an 8x8 cell. So, Tony D, you and I are both over 6 feet tall.
Yes.
So we couldn't.
The size of my office.
We couldn't stretch out in one. Shut up. We couldn't stretch out in one. If we put our feet on one side of the wall and stretch out, our arms would have to be bent and we could touch, both sides. And much like most cases through the years, a lot of times they were way over that 68 limit.
Yeah.
Female prisoners were actually moved in the 70s. So almost 100 years went by before they took females out of that prison and put them to another location. So they were housing both men and women up until the 1970s.
That's not good.
Yep.
So you can only imagine the atrocities that went on in there.
Oh yeah, but the prison the jail actually shut down in 1987. Trying to get.
Really?
But
87?
go ahead.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was early.
But it's an old jail. Been around for a long time. It was around for almost 100 years, and during the decades, the jails housed prisoners. Countless tragic events occurred. There were a number of murders, suicides, and other deaths ruled accidental. And we know what that means. Somebody got a little bit too lippy with the sheriff or the prison guard or the jail guard, and
fall off the roof.
They Epstein themselves.
Yeah, one of the most tragic events that took place during the jail's history involved Carl Etherington. When Etherington arrived in Newark in 1910, he came there for his job as a detective with the anti-saloons and speakeasies, serving illegal alcohol and raid them. Prohibition times, gentlemen.
He was a popular man.
During one of those said raids, William Howard, a saloon owner, was shot and killed by Carl.
Carl didn't give two shits.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, right. For his safety, Carl was taken back to the jail. Angry over the murder of William Howard, a lynch mob went to the jail, managed to break into the jail, locate Carl.
Yeah, they're all
and then beat him with they beat him with a hammer. If that was not enough retribution, after they got done beating him with a hammer, they took him outside and strung his ass up, hanging him from a telephone pole. It took the actions of Judson Hardman, the governor at the time, to restore order of the people that participated in the death of Carl. 58 were indicted on everything from first-degree murder, rioting, as well as assault and battery. Other tragedies occurred in the sheriff's living quarters. There were 4 different sheriffs who suffered from heart attacks. Coincidence?
We think not.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, 1987, due to new buildings and technology and this, that, and the other thing, the building was officially closed down, and it actually remained empty and unused for a very long time.
That's a historical landmark, right?
Yeah, it's a historical landmark.
Much like Nancy.
So the violent and tragic history of the old Licking County Jail remains not only in the stories told, but it is also ghostly sightings of the paranormal activity. People come from all over for both public and private tours of the haunted jail, so you can go there anytime you want.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm good.
You gonna go to jail and you're a special one.
I was gonna work there because they do a haunted house during September and October. The
Nancy does one too.
That sounds awesome.
Nancy does one too.
My broster works there. I just didn't have time to do it. I wanted to. but yeah, I mean, people claim they've heard voices, they've seen shadows, they've felt things, being pushed, being touched, you know, this, that, and the other thing.
Chris likes to go there and get touched.
Yeah, one of the most active areas in the jail right now, I'm just freestyling off of what I know about the jail and stuff like that, is what they call the dungeon. It was in the basement, and obviously, and it was a cell, and there was more than one occasion, there was several occasions where they literally just threw people on top of each other in there.
That's fucked up.
So, you know, you get a bunch of people in there that are criminals for God knows what, and they're on top of each other. You know, people are gonna do bad things.
Yeah,
a lot of bad
things. Male and female.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Newark, so I mean,
which well, I mean, and it wasn't just. Yeah, it wasn't just the fact that it was Newark. I mean, because they put people in jail there from all over the place, not just from Newark. But
yeah, we're up against it. Let's
yeah, we're right up against it. But no, like I said, and even now with the haunted house that they do there, that's like one of their main focal points is the dungeon, quote unquote dungeon. So Mike, yeah, when you come up or when you come over, come down, whatever the case may be, we absolutely go and do a tour there. They do them.
You're only 5 hours away. I mean, you're only 5 hours away. It's not that bad.
Oh, I didn't know it was that close.
Yeah, getting your mystery machine,
we're only
boys,
5 hours. About 5 or 6 hours. Let me see.
Yeah, bring my Tyson.
But
like,
yeah, we are going to take.
Go ahead.
We're going to take a real quick break. We can continue this conversation when we come back. We are going to do a little Rumspringa with an original of Off My Case. Go ahead and check these guys out on all social media, Rumspringa_live. Go show them some love. Let them know we sent you. I got to hang out with the guys last weekend, and I can say that they are an awesome group of guys. They are really fun to hang out with, and I look forward to having them on the show. So definitely go give them some love and let them know we sent you. We'll be back here in just a few minutes.
You guys are going to love Ned. I've known him my whole entire life. He's the man. He's told me that he's got everything set up for this shoot. So.
Place looks cool.
So glad you guys are here. Yeah, I got everything set up in here. I got like lights. I got amps. I got your drums. I got pyro. All you got to do is go out there and perform. I'll make sure everything goes perfect.
Okay.
Right?
Sick.
What could possibly go wrong?
I told you Ned is fucking Ned guy, bro. It's fucking Ned guy.
Personality is a chore. Are you screaming and you're crying and you're bitching and you're whining? I just can't take no more. Oh, I just can't take no more. Your looks have me down on my knees, but you're crazy, just ain't worth it to me. It wipes the smile straight off of my face. Oh yeah, the time has come to get you off my case. door. I'll put you straight back into your place. Oh yeah, the time has come to get you off my case.
Hell yeah, a little rum springer for your ear holes. Like I said, go check them out. Show our guys some love. They're doing their damn thing. Awesome group of guys. I had a lot of fun hanging out with them last weekend, and I look forward to hanging out with them again and having them on the show. So definitely go check them out and give them some love. They definitely deserve it. While you're doing that, go ahead and check us out on all them social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Join us live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday right here on YouTube and Twitch at 6 p.m. And if you can't join us live, don't worry. We got you covered because you can listen to us anywhere, anytime on Spotify and basically everywhere you listen to podcasts. So go ahead and give us a little look-see at Nonsensical Nonsense. Give us a follow. Give us a like. And if you like what you hear, give us a share. It's that easy.
Sharing is
grow. Help us grow big and strong.
Yes. And not grow the way Tony D's growing by eating all the time.
Yes. Fucking 2 dinners. Jesus H. Christ, man.
I've never had my first.
Ain't no wonder he couldn't have a 6-pack in
I'm kidding. In 2 months, like he said he could.
Yeah. No, I might be the only one around here that's getting relatively close to a 6-pack. And I'm not talking about the beer I drank.
I was going to say, you mean the ones you drank?
You have a 6-pack about. You done talked about 2 6-packs as you done had in a week.
Chris doesn't have a 6-pack. He's got a pony cake.
I don't even really have. It's starting to go away. I'm just saying.
Sure it is. Sure it is.
It is, man. I go to the gym. I work out. I still got a little bit of a belly, but you can starting to see where it's starting to try to come out. I can actually feel it too. I can wash some clothes on that son bitch.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Pretty soon he's going to see something he hasn't seen since 1987.
Hard work pays off, boys. For some people. I'm doing different things.
No, as I said, I am starting the gym soon. We were going to do it.
You were starting the goddamn gym Monday.
No, it was actually supposed to be today. It was supposed to be today.
And then I talked to you Monday.
Midnight.
Yeah, I talked to you, Monday, and you're like, oh, we were going to go to the gym today, but I guess we're going to go tomorrow. And now you push it out. And then yesterday you said, oh, we're going to the mall and da-da-da-da-da. So it'll be tomorrow. So it wasn't today. It wasn't yesterday.
You saw my dinner last night. Could you go
it wasn't Monday.
You
just keep talking. You just keep talking. Stop talking about it and be about it. Go to the gym, you fat fuck.
Go to the fucking gym, Jeff.
That fucking
fuck
video
that guy.
cracks me up. Fuck that guy, though. Because every time
go to the gym, you fat ass. Jim, Jeff, Jim, Jeff.
Never met him.
I just
Don't care
introduced you.
I drove by one once.
Yeah, you got all this money. Why don't you buy a gym?
I'm actually thinking about buying weights just for the house. That way I don't have to leave the house.
So you have ornaments around the house? That's nice.
Yeah, well, the problem is then they become door stoppers. You know, it's like
Absolutely, yeah.
it's like work out, watch a movie, and eat some pizza. Yeah, pizza sounds good.
That food gonna put me to sleep.
Mike, when you do go up to see Chris, you guys got to go to Mancy too, because Mancy is where they filmed Tango and Cash, Shawshank Redemption,
Good damn movie.
Air Force
Tango
One.
and Cash was good. Tango and Cash was good.
Air
They
Force
didn't,
One
they
was
didn't
filmed there.
film. They didn't film Tango and Cash and Air Force One there. There were scenes filmed there.
Well, same difference, but
Disturbed in one of their first videos there.
yeah, Disturbed.
Random Rick was
What's going
good.
on, Triple R?
The cool thing about Mancy is it is the tallest freestanding bar structure in the world. So the bars are in the center of the room. None of the bars actually meet the walls, the outside of the building.
No shit.
Yeah, so it's all freestanding in the middle. So that's why Shawshank Redemption, if you actually watch it, you're like, oh, that's bullshit. Because he wasn't near a wall. But it's also haunted as well. I don't think as much as the one in Nurk, but it is haunted.
Actually, Mancy's got a lot of wild stories to it, because you got to remember,
It does.
you know, there was multiple riots and stuff like that. At one point in time, the warden, his wife, and kids were all kidnapped and murdered by cellmates, or
The wife
much like
and the kids.
Yeah, much like the one in Nurk, the upstairs, you actually see the upstairs of it when Red and the old guy that hung himself in that apartment building. That's actually the upstairs apartments in Mancy. That upstairs was the warden's quarters, and his family lived there too. So prisoners got out.
Yeah,
and went up the stairs.
Inmates, yeah, they kidnapped the warden, his wife, and his kids, and murdered them. There was an inmate that set himself on fire, that said to haunt the place. I believe there was a warden's wife who story's really not 100% what really happened. Either she committed suicide, she got up into the closet and found her husband's extra gun and killed herself, or she was in the closet doing something and the gun fell down and shot her in the head, or somebody else shot her in the head.
Yeah.
Why did you kill the kids?
They were inmates. They wanted
fucking criminals, Tony. Does anybody know why criminals do the things that they do?
There's a reason.
Well, we got some criminals that are against anything happening to children.
No, I get that, but I think what it was is like they held him hostage and said, you know, I want to get me a car so I can get out of here. And basically, everybody on the outside was like, "Fuck you, you're already in jail. What are we gonna do?" And he
well, that's not what happened. They just kidnapped him and killed him just because.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, they just kidnapped him and killed him just because they could. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what
basically
it was.
a way to get
at
the warden. It was a way to get at the warden.
Jeez. Not everybody has that mentality of, you know, yeah, we're bad guys, yeah, we kill people, yeah, we do this, that, and the other thing, but women and children are off limits. I mean, Ted Bundy.
I know.
Killed women.
Yeah.
Kemper.
Look at the kid you're supposed to go, from my understanding.
Ramirez killed women.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of serial killers and stuff, they had their preference, and unfortunately there was some that Cropsey up in New York, you know, he preferred kids.
Jack the Ripper killed women, targeted them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, targeted them.
Same with J.K. Holmes, right?
Well, what was that BTK guy?
BTK targeted families.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Well, he didn't just target families, but there was a couple instances where he got a whole family.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, not everybody's as good as you are, Tony.
Zodiac.
But I mean, I know about the jail. Listen, I know guys have been in jail. They don't fuck around with kids. You don't do that.
You know what?
It's the truth.
I get that, but at the end of the day, you know, some people, being in jail, you get desperate, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what I'm jail for.
What? No, but Mancy's actually the architecture in Mancy is actually really kind of interesting. There's a spot. Yeah, I saw
Fucking pig.
There's a spot where the doorways create an X on the floor when the sun's at a certain spot, and it was designed to do that. It's like
we talking about Mancy?
Yeah, at Mancy, it literally creates an X.
Actually,
and literally on that X is where you will see apparition.
Actually, Jeff, you probably don't know this because you've been gone so long, but every year there's a music festival that happens up at Mansfield. It's Incarnation, and it's a tattoo and rock festival. It's a 3-day event. So you can go up there and you get all kinds of really cool rock bands. I mean, like it's a big event.
Right.
They do it up there.
Bands. Like good
yeah, no, it's a big event, and then you have tattoo artists that come in from all over the world, and you can go see, you know, Disturbed, Guns N' Roses, Korn, whatever, whoever, you know, and then you can also be getting tattoos and shit done. And it's called Incarnation. I'm actually going to try to go next summer.
Cool. But like I believe at Mancy there's 4 different tours you can take. There's a haunted tour, there's a Hollywood tour, and 2 other ones that I've never done. I've done the haunted and I've done the Hollywood tour. But it's that's why I thought it was designed by the same guy that designed the one in Newark, because it kind of looks like a castle from the outside, but it also looks kind of like a really old mansion.
Right.
I mean, a lot of the properties down to one building, where it used to be multiple buildings, before it became a national landmark, a landmark. A lot of those buildings were destroyed and property sold.
You have the main. You have the main building itself is still there. And it's because it is a historical area and it has been renovated and it's been taken care of over the years. And that's the same thing with the jail here, because I think, you know, Licking County jail here in Newark, I think that it sat empty and abandoned up until like the 2000s. And then I think, you know, it was a historical landmark. So, but I think the Veterans Committee got involved and bought it and renovated what they needed to renovate, and they do tours there. And then for the last several years,
Society did it.
They do much like Mansfield does. They do the haunted house in September, October.
Well, I think one time, and I don't remember if they did it once or like up to 5 times. They had paintball in there. We go in there and do paintball. That was cool.
At Mansfield?
Yeah, Mansfield. I was like a section, but I think it was the license plate factory before it was taken down, before the building was taken down. But they had a paintball course set up in there.
Yeah,
I had a buddy of mine. He's real into paintball. He used to go there, and
I honestly never heard that or know anything about that. So, but
I don't remember where it was. It was in the 90s.
I actually not only do I follow the Mansfield Reformatory on TikTok, but I also follow their haunted house event they do. And there's a chick there, and she's like the Warden's Bride or something like that.
Oh yeah,
she's on TikTok, and her costume is insane.
No.
And she literally what she does is she just like kind of walks around the prison with her hands like this, and she's got this like wedding gown on and crazy makeup and shit like that. And then she'll just randomly like scream at people, and her scream, I don't know how it doesn't destroy her voice, because it is a scary fucking scream. I ain't gonna lie, because I was scrolling and I was like, fuck is this Bride of the Warden or whatever her name is. and I guess that's kind of like their big theme this year or whatever.
Mhm.
And I was watching the video. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? She's just like standing there, just staring at people. And then she did that. And I was like, oh Jesus! I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, Nick, my broster, he works at the jail of terror here in Newark. Like I said when we were talking about it, I was going to, but unfortunately, with my schedule with work and this and the kids and everything else like that, I didn't have the time as much as I wanted to. I wanted to go down there and be one of the actors,
Right.
that scare people.
Well, no, because they go full out. They don't. It's not like the haunted house you get down the street where you're like, yeah, I can tell it's just a guy. But like some of that shit's seriously.
Me and my buddies a few years back.
Send me that
South
TikTok,
Carolina,
by the way, Chris.
we made a haunted house, and that was some of the most fun that I've ever did.
Know what you call it? You and your buddies.
Yeah, it was a haunted house.
That's what you call it.
That's what you guys
Tony
call
calls it deep dives. That's what he does.
Oh, no.
No, it was a legit haunted house. I think we made like $2,000. It wasn't that bad for, and that was also minus supplies and all that stuff. We made a little bit for the night. It was a lot of
we got a couple really good ones here in Ohio. We've got the Haunted Hoochie, or now it's Dead Acres, but for years it was called the Haunted Hoochie. And people literally come from out of state to go there. And then we have the Columbus Fear Factory or something like that. And that bitch runs like all year round.
Yeah.
Right.
Because like Christmas, they do like a Christmas theme, and then they just.
That's fancy.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell no.
It's a video.
Oh hell no.
Oh, I was wondering what it was.
No.
It's a video on TikTok, but if you put in Manson,
that's badass.
TikTok.
Keep it up there for a second. Let it finish, and then show the building itself because you put it up in the building.
The beginning.
Yeah.
But that's the dining hall. That's
Nah.
one of the doors. There's the cells again.
That's a door. That's another door with beds.
Nah.
That's a hallway with a door and a window in it. That's a
the
room.
dining hall again.
Those are tables and a wall. That's another hallway with windows. That's a chair.
That's a red
in a
chair.
room. That's a room with the ceiling and another door. That's another room with a table and some pillars. There's also a ceiling and windows there.
There it is.
There's ghosts.
There's the ghost.
Building. There's the building.
And there's the building.
Nice.
Fuck that shit.
It's a nice building.
Jeff is a tour guide. That's
another,
a door.
Hey,
there's another.
Hey, Jeff.
This is the building. Yeah.
With all your money that you're making, can you buy that then? Let's fit in.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can actually buy the reform. You can't buy old prisons because they're.
You don't want to live there, Glick? We can all live there.
Oh, dude, I would totally do it.
Oh, I would live there, but no, Jeff can't afford it. There's not, even if you hit the lottery, I don't.
Yeah, it's not about affording. Like you physically can't buy.
But it's also a historical landmark.
It's a historical landmark, yeah. So you
can buy historical landmarks. Every house in downtown Charleston is a historical landmark.
This is true.
Yeah,
but I think prisons are different, like because they're.
I want to buy the Statue of Liberty.
Society owns it.
If I ever get Jeff Soros rich or whatever his name is, I'm gonna buy the Statue of Liberty. It's mine now.
George Soros, Jeff Bezos, yeah.
Whatever.
You keep hanging out with Jeff, you're gonna be like old boy that ran that Ponzi scheme and locked up in prison.
Which one?
Bernie Madoff. I only threw that out there because you were bitching the other day. We were on the phone, crying like a little bitch.
Pitching. I was literally
crying like a little bitch. Calm down, Bernie Madoff.
We've literally gotten over $1.4 billion for our clients.
You say so, Mr.
Madoff. In the past year and 4 months, something like that.
Yeah, and Harvey Weinstein wasn't touching little girls.
Oh my God.
And Jared from Subway only like foot-long subs. He didn't. He never confused to 12 for an age and not inches.
Alrighty then.
And Jeffrey Dahmer only
this portion of the
consensually
show
ate
is brought
people.
to you by Pepsi. Good.
That's McDonald's. Or no, that's not McDonald's. What is that?
I'm telling you. I'm telling you that Jeffrey Dahmer series, man. I haven't even gotten past the second episode. It's so fucking good.
No.
I assume that you keep rewinding and watching the scene. I assume you keep rewinding and watching the scene where old boy was taking his clothes off and dancing for him.
Sounds like you did.
Maybe once or twice, accidentally. Accidentally 47 times.
Did that dude not look like Spike Lee?
No.
He kind of looked like a young Spike Lee.
No, he didn't. Why? Why, Jeff?
Because his haircut.
Why did he look like
He looked like Spike Lee.
Why? What are you saying, Jeff?
Because his haircut and beard looked like Spike Lee.
No, it doesn't.
It had nothing to do with the fact that he was black. I know where you're going with this.
That's exactly what you wanted.
Not all black people look alike, Jeff. Damn.
Tony looked like Spike Lee too.
Tony, you know what this goes back to the Michael Jordan and Michael B. Jordan conversation.
Man.
Yeah.
You know what fucked me up? As I sat there watching Black Panther the other night, and I was like, I'm never gonna live that fucking down.
You gonna have to do what?
Oh no.
I was watching Black Panther and like Michael B. Jordan show up on the screen, and I was like, I'm never gonna live that fucking shit.
No, you are not gonna live that shit.
Nope,
I really cannot wait for the people to come out. I really can't. You see the new trailer on it?
Yes. Oh boy.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Submariner's in it, so I mean, I'm stoked about that. But whatever.
He's pretty much the future of MCU for the most part. Him and Dr. Doom. So
who?
Submariner.
Submariner.
He's going to be
the future of the MCU.
As of right now, yes. All the previous characters are pretty much they've done what they had to do. So
the future of the MCU is introducing Deadpool and Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yes.
Coming Hewn. Coming Hewn.
Coming Hewn. He said, "Hey Hugh, you want to play Wolverine one more time?"
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, sure.
Why not?
I'll tell you what.
Did you guys see all the outtakes and stuff of that video? Because it was really Hugh Jackman in that video, and there was one blooper or one outtake where Hugh walked by and Ryan Reynolds fucked up, and Hugh comes back and slaps him right upside his fucking head.
It's going to be fun, and
it's going to be funny because
they kind of forget that last Wolverine was set in the future. That's
right.
the truth.
Yeah.
They did. Hugh and
take place before Logan.
They did like a little. Did you see that little thing? Because everybody was saying what happened to Logan and all that stuff, and he said, "Well, we're not touching Logan because he died, but what we are going to touch." And then went.
And then you start hearing music, and you can see him talking.
Just playing Wham. That shit was.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think it's going to be great because, I mean, obviously we are all fans of the Deadpool movies.
If you're not,
I'm a huge fan of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I mean, there was nobody else that could. I mean, they nailed that when they locked him in as Wolverine in the X-Men movies. But I think with this Deadpool with Wolverine and Hugh Jackman, you're going to see a different side of him.
Yeah.
More. He's still going to have that. Wolverine was a serious, nonsense, badass guy. But I think we're going to get to see a little bit more of the comical where Deadpool just annoys much like I want to see Ryan Reynolds and Tom Holland do a Spider-Man Deadpool movie together because I want to see the interaction.
That would be
because
hilarious.
if you ever read the comics or even watched the cartoons, the Spider-Man cartoons when Deadpool was in them, Deadpool drove Spider-Man up a goddamn wall.
Of course.
And all he wanted was Spider-Man to love him. That was all he wanted. He was like, just love me. Just be my friend.
I did hear news that's going to upset you, Chris. One of your favorite movies is being remade.
Debbie doesn't have it.
No. Jesus Christ, Mike.
I put the heat on. It's going upstairs too.
From my understanding, from what I heard today, Roadhouse is being remade.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
I think I did see
And
that.
I said, really?
What is being made? Oh yeah, dude, we talked about that months ago. Do you guys even participate or listen to this fucking show?
No, we phase you out.
We literally had this conversation months ago because Jake Gyllenhaal's playing Dalton.
Yeah, and I'm just like, really, Jake Gyllenhaal? Really?
You know what, Jeff?
Don't beat yourself up over past mistakes. You are going to fuck up again in the future, quite possibly in a most spectacular fashion. Why worry about yesterday's fuck-ups when you have tomorrow's fuck-ups to look forward to? You are a fuck-up, and fucking up is part of your growth process. Embrace the process.
Thank you, Golf Hawk. Thank you for that.
I'm still saying that they're just going to fuck that movie up. It's going to be terrible. I'm calling it now. It's going to be a big piece of shit.
You think? I don't know. They said
Jake Gyllenhaal is not a good actor.
Why are we talking
about
that?
Whoa.
Oh no, I will publicly say it. I will scream it from the mountaintops. I will punch Jake Gyllenhaal in the face.
Why is Jake Gyllenhaal not a good actor?
I don't.
October Sky was a great fucking movie.
He wasn't.
The only thing Jake Gyllenhaal did that I liked was when he did Joker.
Brokeback Mountain.
Need I say more?
That's just favorite
Tony's
movie.
favorite movie.
I don't know.
I think
finally
Jake
sat down.
Gyllenhaal is
But playing the role of Dalton, really?
I'm gonna wait and see.
I'm calling.
I think he's gonna surprise a lot of people. Plus, had he not become an actor, we never would have. And not that she's like super hot or anything like that, but we've never been introduced to his dirty ass crippled sister.
His sister I find attractive.
Who?
I don't know why.
She's attractive, but she's a dirty girl.
Oh, she's crazy. She'll take you in the bedroom, do things where
I don't know. I finally watched the second Spider-Man movie and with Jake Gyllenhaal in it, and he was a great.
Maguire.
No.
Oh no, the second Tom Holland Spider-Man movie where he was.
Yeah. Where
he was a great Mysterio. He was a great.
Yeah,
Mysterio.
but I can't see that dude being Dalton. We're
Yes,
walking badass, a walking philosophy.
You stuck on what Patrick Swayze looks like. Jake Gyllenhaal can play it fine. You can't. You stuck on what Patrick Swayze looked like. Patrick Swayze carried that character very well. So who would you get to play that character besides Jake Gyllenhaal?
Anybody.
No.
You know who'd kill as Dalton?
I can tell you who killed as Dalton right now. Hugh Jackman.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I can barely hear you. Yeah, Hugh Jackman would do it. Gerard Butler could do it, but he's too old.
Oh, yeah, he's too old. Well, no, but he can play the Sam Elliott part.
Okay.
I'm going to do
The Rock could do it.
Fuck that. I will not see that movie.
The Rock could do it.
No.
Tony
Can
D.
we play the
Don't beat yourself up over past mistakes. You are going to fuck up again in the future, quite possibly in a most spectacular fashion. Why worry about yesterday's fuck-ups when you have tomorrow's fuck-ups to look forward to? You are a fuck-up, and fucking up is part of your growth process. Embrace the process.
Answer the question. Who would you get to play it? You're on mute.
Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up.
Answer the question. Who would you get to play it?
Okay, it's controversial. Zac Efron.
Who?
Zac Efron. I don't even like Zac Efron, but he could pull it off.
Roll it. roll it.
No,
roll
you
it.
want to know. You want to know. Actually, I'm going to give you guys the name, and I know you. Oh man, what is his name? The fuck is that? Oh, what is his name?
We don't know.
Might as well say Chris Pine can play him.
Too old.
Chris Pine could do it. I like that.
Scott Adkins.
I like it. You know who could else do it? Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt can pull it off.
I'll give you Chris Pratt.
And maybe
give
even
you Chris Pratt.
Chris Helmsworth.
What up, Trey?
No.
Wait a minute. Scott Adkins, that's the guy that played Boyka in Undisputed 2.
He's done a bunch of movies. Actually, I think he was in a Marvel movie as well.
He rocked that Undisputed 2. I like that. Yes, I agree with that.
Scott Adkins would be awesome as Dalton in the remake.
Look him up. Hold on.
I think. I also think. Be interested to see what you guys think. But what's his name that played Judge Dredd, the remake? Not the original.
Carl Urban.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Carl Urban.
Yeah.
I could see Scott Adkins. Okay. Yeah.
Jeff, if you haven't seen Undisputed 2, watch that movie. He was a fighting motherfucker.
He's done a bunch of movies. If you go on Netflix and put in Scott Adkins, even on Prime and stuff like that, he's got a bunch of martial art movies, action movies, and stuff like that.
He was good.
He was in a Marvel movie. Scott Adkins
looks like. What's the guy that played Crossbones? He could do it. From the guy from he was in Captain America.
Captain America 2.
Yeah, the guy that becomes Crossbones. He could do it. I mean,
he was in a Marvel movie. You said?
Yeah, he
I think he was.
I don't see him.
No. Yeah, he was in Doctor Strange, the first Doctor Strange movie, when they were fighting in the
he was
in
one
the mansion.
He was one.
Yeah, he was one of the sites. He's got a really good movie. He's also apparently in John Wick 4, and he was in Day Shift.
Yeah, I saw that. He is in John Wick.
But he's got a really good movie called Debt Collector.
Okay.
Basically, that's what he is. He works for the mob or whatever, and he goes and collects debts. But it's a pretty good movie. A lot of his movies are actually really fucking good, to be honest with you.
Talk about too old. Scott Adkins is 46 years old. How old do you need him to be?
This dude. That's the dude that had Crossbones. His name's Frank Grillo.
Oh yeah, Frank Grillo.
He
was. You said Crossbones. He would have said Rumlow. I would have caught that.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. I couldn't remember the name.
No, you got it.
But I think he could pull it off. The problem is Jake Gyllenhaal's just kind of he's too small to play Dalton.
So you think of him as in that perspective, and you haven't really seen him beef up or buck up. I
know. I get what you're saying, Mike, and I
because think about Chris Pratt's transformation when they first said he was going to play Star Wars.
Yes.
They were like, "Oh shit, we're going to have a fat guy superhero," and then they saw that trailer when he was doing this, and they were like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. Well, I think the problem if you had somebody like Chris Pratt playing Dalton, people would expect him to be funny. Because they automatically go, that's fucking Star-Lord, man. But it's like one of my favorite movies of all times, Big Trouble in Little China, is supposedly being remade, and The Rock is going to play the main character. And it's like, really?
Big Trouble in Little China? He don't need to do that.
Kurt Russell killed that fucking role. You can't have anybody else but him. And you're literally going to replace him with The Rock? Really?
Fuck The Rock. But we'll go back on the Roadhouse thing real quick with Jake Gyllenhaal. You have to remember, with Roadhouse, Patrick Swayze, well, in any movie, Patrick Swayze was a kind of a pretty boy, unexpected tough guy.
No, understood.
And I think Jake Gyllenhaal has that look to him,
that quality,
and he has that quality as an actor. he can play that role, and that's why I personally I think he's going to do a really good job. I don't think the movie needed to be remade or rebooted or anything like that, but
pretty good.
He is, it is what it is. Zac Efron's a douche, and I'm sorry.
No, I 100% agree.
But,
he is 100% a douche.
It's kind of like James Franco's little brother, David Franco.
Yeah,
I like him.
I love Dave Franco, though, man.
I like him too. I like Dave Franco too, but you can't see him outside of just being kind of a goofball.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought he did pretty good with that Magicians and the Four Horsemen. Now You See Me, that movie. I like him in that.
Yeah, but he was still kind of
a douche.
He was still kind of a little. He was a little goofball.
Yeah, I mean,
some of those actors just need to grow up a little bit. Zac Efron, he needs to grow up a little bit. He's making fun of himself. He's making fun of his stereotype that he's created, and he does look like he's freaking. The thing with Zac Efron,
the perfect Dalton. I have it. Jonah Hill.
Look, play the thing.
Doesn't even deserve it. He doesn't even deserve it at this point.
Could you give him the airplane one with the?
No, Jeff, you don't deserve any audio being played. You know you fucked up.
Fuck you. I did that on purpose, of course. No, but I can't remember the guy's name.
I'm curious to find out who's playing
the Sam Elliott character.
What's his face? Yeah.
I actually heard it today. I have to hold on.
Breaking news. I didn't want to tell you guys, but I am.
Reboot.
I'm playing Sam Elliott's role.
Oh man, could you imagine if Glick got any kind of major acting role?
Okay, check it out.
Would never be able to talk to him.
2023 film
his head
Roadhouse.
wouldn't be able to fit inside the freaking camera.
2023 Roadhouse film cast: Jake Gyllenhaal, Billy Magnuson, Lucas Cage, sorry, Conor McGregor's in it.
Lucas
Cage. There's the cast right there.
So in other words, nothing.
You
know what? I'll throw a curveball. I'll throw a curveball on your
right now. Here's your bad guy, boys. There's your bad guy. That's going to be the Wesley.
Oh, he's pretty good. Yeah, he'll be good at it.
I'll give you that. I'll give you a curveball for Dalton. Miles Teller.
Ooh. Except for the fact I hate Miles Teller. I want to punch him in the face. I don't
Who got his start doing a remake? Little known ditty.
I don't see anybody on here. Who's Travis Van Winkle?
Nobody cares. Who's playing Submariner?
No idea. Look it up. You have I think this is your Sam Elliott character. Travis Van Winkle.
You're looking at Sam Elliott character.
No.
I'm gonna dye my beard all gray.
The problem is it doesn't give who they're going to be playing.
Problem is you're just talking out your asshole.
He does that every day.
Anyways, anybody else have anything other than movies to talk about? I know
football.
We want to talk about football.
Wow.
Football. How about the Jets? We had a great broadcast Sunday, honestly. Sunday was a great broadcast. I do want to tell you that for real. It was a good little 2-hour broadcast.
Tony said in an hour. All right, we're in an hour. Fuck it. Kickoff's at 1. We got another hour.
We had all 6 of us up there, man. I was like, I didn't even care. That was phenomenal. Big ups for that.
Kickoff started. I'm watching the game, and we're still talking. And Smoke was like, "I gotta go in. I'm gonna go watch the game. I'm gonna go eat." I'm like, "Hey, I'm already watching the game." Brian was. Lord only knows what Brian was doing.
Brian was engaged. I mean, it was a good time. About time. I've been wanting everybody who was in the league and for Rich to be there. It actually did happen. So big ups to everybody who did shoot up on that. Tampa Bay Bailey pulled one out their ass. How about them damn Detroit Lions?
Tampa Bay's a bit of a mess right now. Injuries are
It
killing.
is an understatement. The
Injuries
49ers
are
beat
killing.
up on the Rams bad.
All
The
thing I
Rams ain't
know
going
is
and neither are the Bengals.
all
So
thing I know is
two brand new teams to the Super Bowl.
all thing I know is
I will say this much:
hockey season.
AFC
We're starting
North,
up hockey season.
AFC North leaders. We the dogs, baby. The
Y'all
dog
gonna stay there?
pound.
Y'all gonna stay there is the question.
Probably because our division is a dumpster fire this year.
Yeah, it is.
Cleveland's 2-2. Cincinnati's 2-2. The Ravens are 2-2, and then the fucking Pittsburgh Squealers are 1-3.
Oh, they switched quarterbacks. I expect a change.
Yeah, Kenny pick. Kenny, I'm gonna throw a pick.
You call it what you want.
Tucker came into the game and the crowd went nuts. The crowd went nuts and lost their minds, and some bitch threw an interception.
But they knew he was gonna throw the ball. They knew he was gonna throw the ball.
I was like, oh my God.
They knew he was gonna throw the ball. Same thing happened to Sam Darnold.
Did you see Baker Mayfield's quarterback rating through 4 games?
It's not good.
15.6
Not
QBR.
Not good at all.
What's QBR stand for the
Quarterback
Sport
rating?
Elite Challenge?
Quarterback rating, like I said, did you see Baker Mayfield's quarterback rating through 4 games? The QBR.
Sorry, I just wanted to for the Sport League Challenged.
Sportly challenged.
Sportly challenged. You got a lot of challenges in life. Sportly challenged, vertically challenged.
Well, right now, the
mentally
Bengals
challenged.
How about them Cowboys? How about them Jets?
Fuck the Cowboys.
Shut up. The Cardinals did beat the Panthers. The Vikings did beat the Saints, which hey. The Falcons beat the Browns. You still celebrating that shit?
I picked the Falcons.
I know, but you just celebrated the Browns. They lost to the fucking Falcons. Now the Falcons are in trouble because they don't have.
And much like I told you with that Jets game that you and Smoke are still riding high on.
High. Giddy up, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Giddy up.
you guys.
Giddy up, motherfucker.
The defense is suspect as fuck. How many times does your offense have to go down and score for you just to turn around and let the other team?
Well, how many times they gonna give you all the best players in the NFL like the Raiders? You gonna records gonna look like the Raiders? How about that shit?
We don't have the best players in the NFL.
I got a bunch of best players in the fucking NFL.
And our offense is monstrous, and our offense is doing their fucking job. But you also have to remember, Sunday, 3 of our 4 starting defensive linemen were out of the game.
So, what about the rest of the defense?
Defense, fucking Joe Woods is a jackass and needs to be fired.
Okay, there you go.
Again, I've said it for 4 weeks in a row, Tony. I don't know how much louder I need to say it.
You don't.
But when you give a team wide receivers 10, 15 plus yards of a cushion and you're not covering anybody, they're going to kill you in the passing game.
Facts. Now, as much as I gave the Lions their credit, they did lose to the Seahawks. The Titans did beat the Colts. That was a little bit of a to me. The Giants did beat the Bears. I think we all spoke on that Sunday too.
I did pick the Bears.
Okay, you picked
the Bears. That was a tough pick.
Eagles did beat up on the Jaguars. That was actually a tight game. That was a tight game,
and I picked I did pick Saxonville.
The Bills beat the Ravens. I believe I called that. The Chargers did beat the Texans.
I called Ravens.
The Packers and the Patriots overtime. I didn't see that.
Who?
The Packers and the Patriots.
The Packers?
Yeah, I did not see that. The Packers won by a field goal. The Raiders beat the Broncos. The Broncos are done. I don't think they're going to do nothing this year. I actually thought they were going to beat somebody. I was wrong.
I caught a game the other day.
Russell Wilson
they were getting.
It's because
Russell
Wilson his entire
I caught
career
a
he's been
Broncos game the other day, and they just sucked. I was just like, wow.
Because Russell Wilson his entire
football.
career has been overhyped, and I'm sorry, I'm not a Russell Wilson fan. I don't think he's as great as everybody thinks he is.
I think he had a great coach. That's exactly how I was looking right now.
He had a great coach, and he had awesome receivers.
Yeah. Geno Smith looking like a monster. I'm gonna get to him in a second.
Let's go back to great coach in Seattle.
Yeah. Pete Carroll, case closed.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs beat up on the Buccaneers. I didn't see the game going the way that it did, but they really were on the Buccaneers' ass the whole game. So I don't even think the Bucks are going to make it this year based on what I saw. But that's just one game. 49ers beat up on the Rams. I got that. Geno Smith. Geno Smith has the historical landmark as a quarterback. What is our percentage?
Before you jump on that, you have to remember about the Bucks. They're in a squishy division, so
no, they don't have a lot of their stars.
Well, they don't have a lot of their stars. But
they're in a great catch in the game. Yeah, outstanding catch in the game. Deebo Samuel had a monster catch and run on his game. I had him on my team a couple years ago. I didn't think he was 100%. Watch the 49ers. Honestly, watch the 49ers. Between Ayuk and Deebo Samuel,
I got Jimmy G back under center.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing with him. Call him what you want as a quarterback. The team knows what to do with him, so they got a squad. And I said that a couple years ago when they went to the Super Bowl. They were gelling. And they are in sync with each other.
Jimmy G, man. Jimmy G.
It's still looking to me like the Bills are going to go regardless. I heard the defense is banged up.
The countdown is on for Deshaun Watson to start in Cleveland.
The game will change when he comes in. This is true.
Man, I'm telling you what, if our division stays the way it is, a complete dumpster fire, and the Browns somehow manage to stay on top. Now, they got a tough run in the next 7 games. They got a very enough tough run. And if they don't fucking get their defense locked down and figure out what the fuck is going on, but if they can somehow squeak into a divisional win or win the division,
they're gonna get divisional wins because y'all going to beat Cincinnati.
Well, we're
you're going to beat Pittsburgh. You're going to beat Pittsburgh.
We sneak into a wild card. Deshaun Watson should be in and pumping, and in full swing, and it could become very dangerous if they somehow limp their broken asses into a playoff.
That you all draft some offensive linemen in the draft this year.
We've got a great offensive line. That's the problem.
Okay, good. Then y'all got to work on your defense because with Deshaun Watson,
the defense, it's Joe Woods, man. The defense should be killing people.
Okay,
it's Joe Woods. He's trash.
Okay.
Like I said, Jeff could be out there. Any one of us could be out there getting 100+ receiving yards and multiple touchdowns currently against the Browns secondary just because of how he has them playing. I mean, you're leaving wide receivers just hanging out by themselves, 10+ yard cushion.
I think he's trying to stop the catch more than the run if he's giving that much of a cushion. So they're going to be where the ball comes down instead of where the player is.
I think most receivers are grabbing a beer and still having time to catch the ball and run 90 yards for a touchdown. I'd be like that punter in the replacements that's out there smoking cigarettes and drinking. I'll be a wide receiver in the NFL drinking a beer. Yeah. Just standing there waiting, catch the ball with a beer in my hand, like boom.
Big ups to Aaron Judge. Cleveland. Aaron Judge got his 62 home runs. Big ups to him. Clean 62.
Yeah,
I mean,
60 for the Babe, 61 for Roger Maris, 62 for the Judge.
The Judge.
All fucking Yankees.
So pretty much you're going to have to call him Judge Dredd soon, huh?
I think we should just stick with the Judge.
I'll go with Judge Dredd.
I think we should just stick with
Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd
making another Judge Dredd movie.
They can make another one because the first two, they didn't do a damn thing wrong in that second one. They didn't do nothing wrong in that second one.
That second one was way better than the Stallone one.
Way better?
Yes.
Good sequel, but way better?
Yes. It wasn't even a sequel.
The Stallone one was really it was a remake.
I think the Carl Urban Dredd movie was way better than
the first one was a comic book. I believe it was a comic book.
But I like the first one, don't get me wrong. I liked it. And I still do. I mean, I'll watch it.
Judge Dredd movie was classic 90s. Cult classic. It's fun movie. It's a fun movie, and right next to Demolition Man. It was a great movie, but it's not Judge Dredd.
And Guardians of the Galaxy, that's silly shit.
And Guardians of the Galaxy.
Was that the missus?
Yeah.
Hey, tell her we miss her.
but I agree with Glick. The Carl Urban Judge Dredd was far superior to that. And
far superior?
Far
I think
superior.
it was darker. It was darker. I don't think it was far superior. But it was
have you read the comics?
It was closer to the comic book.
Read
That's
the
the
comics.
The problem is the
I'm a
Stallone one.
grown-ass man,
Stallone.
and y'all still talking about goddamn comic books.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I don't read comic books. Fuck wrong with
Really?
you? I watch cartoons. I watch cartoons, goddamn.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah, it is.
No, you're not making your case.
Yeah, it is.
No, but
that's a lot better.
The Stallone one, it was before they were making comic books, the comic book movies that matched the comic book. That was the problem.
Gotcha. Because it is my understanding that the second Deadpool was the real Deadpool and the first one was not from the Wolverine movie. I did not know that at first.
Oh yeah. You're talking,
yeah.
Him is Weapon X. No, it was terrible.
Yeah, what they did in that Wolverine movie was just weird. That was not Wade Wilson.
It was literally somebody taking major liberties.
They did because
that movie in general took a lot of liberties.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my favorite X-Men's of all time has always been Gambit. I always thought he was amazing.
I do like Gambit.
They destroyed his movie.
And I even like the actor that was playing him. But
I do too.
What they did to him was
they fucked it up.
Was ridiculous. And as an X-Men, I feel like Gambit is one of those underutilized characters. You know,
Gambit.
People don't really realize how powerful he is.
Yeah,
he's not just a guy with cards.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Mike. Gambit was one of probably my number one favorite X-Men of all time.
Oh yeah,
100%. He was my number two. My number one was Archangel, not Angel. Archangel after he was a fourth horseman of the apocalypse.
After he got his metal wings.
Yeah.
The Cyclops and Wolverine.
Well, that's just
I never liked Cyclops. Cyclops was always kind of like
I never. It's actually there was a paper that came out. Cyclops is the worst superhero of all time. He's such a fucking dude.
I do like Wolverine. I like the character just because.
I don't know anybody who didn't like Wolverine, honestly.
There's a lot. I share a lot of similarities with him, you know, as far as attitude and stuff. Back in the day when not so much now because I'm a lot calm and cooler and a little bit more collective.
Because you got a beard. Go ahead.
I got a sweet beard. My beard is better than his.
Your beard sucks.
Glick I hate to say this, but it's fucking true. Glick does have a better beard than Wolverine.
Michael,
but it's true.
Michael, do not encourage him. Jesus Christ.
This is your first fucking day. Let's just go ahead and get rid of these two. We don't need them. Get rid of him. It's now the Mike and Chris show.
It's now the Mike and Chris show.
Get rid of the riffraff. Please, Mike, continue to stroke my
riffraff. Gentlemen, it is 2:54. I think we got to keep the clock.
You broke the cardinal rule
We're good.
of
I'm
trying
in charge
to
here.
keep
We're
Chris
good.
humble. I mean, Jesus Christ. Last thing
honestly, I'm actually with Tony with the D on this. I was never really a Wolverine fan until after the movies came out. I felt like he was overhyped in the comics, and his popularity was.
Well, I never had teenage boy's rage.
Yeah. At the end of the day, my introduction to the X-Men was not, of course, the comics. Mine was the cartoon.
The cartoon was now X-Men Evolution. Watch that cartoon too. The second one.
No, I never saw the second one.
Watch the second one on Disney Plus. X-Men
I'm
Evolution.
talking about the Fox 21.
I'm 40.
The Fox 21.
But
Fox 28 here in Ohio.
Yeah, exactly. and
TTE.
Wolverine was the Billy Badass, man. He was the first in and last out. And...
Yeah. Like I said, growing up reading the comics, Gambit was my number one all-time favorite. Yep. I like Nightcrawler. He was right up there.
Nightcrawler was pretty cool.
I liked him, and I really liked what they did with him in the movies. And then
the second movie, not anything else, but the second movie, when he went after that president and just went through all the Secret Service like he did.
Well, you had that train scene. You had that. You had the one with the train scene too, where he was fighting everybody in that train compartment.
Yeah.
And then he took that one chick. He fucking transported her ass right in front of the damn train.
Right.
Bye. But I liked him, and then rounding it up, and not any. I like Colossus, man. That was my guy.
I like Colossus. They should have done more with their character. He was my next one.
And I was excited when they brought him into Deadpool. I was really excited because growing up and reading the comics, I loved Colossus because I was always the big kid. I was always stronger than most people, but he had a calmness about him. He had an ease about him.
Right.
Like the Hulk.
What I hate, and the thing about a little unknown fact about Colossus, Colossus was really cool, but I'll talk about Juggernaut. I like Juggernaut as well.
Juggernaut was cool as far as villains.
Who was Xavier's brother, but they never went on any of that. They never. Well,
they did in Deadpool 2. In Deadpool 2, they hit on it very lightly. But the one where it was what was that? Vinnie Jones. When Vinnie Jones played him, they fucked that character up.
They fucked him up.
I love Vinnie Jones.
He's got the right attitude, but he just wasn't big enough. I'm with you. He wasn't big enough. Yeah. Now, Omega Red, I thought was the best villain. One of the best villains. Him and Sinister.
Yes.
Those two.
And why haven't they done? Sinister was one of my favorite villains.
I believe
I liked him far more than I ever liked Magneto.
We at the intergalactic level now, so I think he'll be.
You can't make an X-Men movie without Magneto. Therein lies the problem.
Of course.
Because he's.
Well, I know, and I get it, and I understand that, but Magneto is the villain in every fucking movie.
He's the villain
even
because he's the head
X-Men
of that
First Class. It wasn't Magneto. It was the other guy that made. Magneto,
who was Kevin Bacon? Who was Kevin Bacon?
Magneto. No, he was on. I forgot his name.
I don't know. They never said his name, so it never registered me because I did not read the X-Men comics. I read Deadpool, I read Ghost Rider, and what was the fucking number? Superman.
No, I can't remember what his name was. And no, but Tony
Sebastian
was onto that.
Sebastian Shaw was his name.
Shaw.
Yes.
Yeah, but what was his?
That's his name.
Sebastian
Shaw.
Onto your Omega Red thing, as far as that was one of the tattoo that I used to that was on my arm that's getting covered up. It was a Superman tattoo, but it had the Omega Red symbol incorporated into it because he was one of my favorite villains. Seriously underrated, in my opinion, and didn't get the love he deserved, but he was badass.
He was Sebastian Shaw. That's it. He didn't have a character name. They say he wants to be in the MCU again, so I'm assuming he'll be back.
Right.
They didn't give him a character name.
They didn't? Okay.
Kevin Bacon wants to be back in the MCU?
Yes, he does. He wants to return as his villain. He wants to return that same villain.
Well, they're supposed to be they're supposed to start introducing X-Men into the MCU in this phase.
Yeah.
And Fantastic Four. That was the whole scene during the Doctor Strange movie
that's actually going to be the Reed Richards is the guy from The Office,
which I always thought he should be. He was I never really liked
Isn't that the same guy who plays Shazam from the guy from The Office?
Oh no, I'm sorry. The guy that plays Doctor Strange, he's a guy that he played Finn Rider. He played the voice of Finn Rider from Rapunzel. Rapunzel movie.
I just have to go ahead and dedicate this to all four of us.
Nerd, you're a fucking nerd. You're a fucking nerd. And no one likes you. No one likes you.
I guarantee.
Yeah, we own
Listen,
it.
And it makes it worse. I was on my Safari one day and I was gonna type something up, and that fucking Informer by Snow came up. I said, I fucking hate Glick. My shit is fucking hate Glick.
I love that I've been able to integrate that so much that
it's creeped into your cerebral.
Asshole.
No, but I mean,
Informer. I lick your boom boom down. Informer. You hear me on the radio?
I know who's a great rapper. Informer.
32 said, I went to go fried chicken, and I came back, and Tony's like, "Ain't nobody better than Busta Rhymes right now." And I said, "I got one for you." He's like, "Who?" Dramatic. balls.
It's like this
Dude, not only
I've literally watched that TikTok like 6 times.
I'm laughing my ass off at work.
Not only did I get Tony, but what you guys missed was the chatters. Everybody was so mad. Fuck you, Glick. Man, fuck you, Glick. I'm out. I'm done, Glick. We're done. Golf was mad at me. Random Rick was mad at me.
Said, I'm out of here. He said, this motherfucker says no.
Everybody was. They were like, we're done. We're done.
I mean,
with
let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. Glick's the bad guy. You know, that's what he is.
No, here's the thing. My playlist, my Spotify playlist is literally I'll see a movie like that's a good song and I add it. I added it. I added Informer. I had to.
Yeah, you did.
It got in my head. And I was like,
Glick's the villain. Glick actually finds things and becomes the villain on purpose.
Yeah, you
so
launch us all into that goddamn propeller, like
you know.
I you know what? Somebody has to do it, and I was having this discussion.
It doesn't mean that somebody has to be you.
Nobody else is going to do it. I was having this discussion.
Hey, let's just call it like it is. If we remade the good, the bad, and the ugly, I would be the good.Glick would be the bad. Tony would be
Jeff. I sent you that video. Did you see
and Jeff would be the ugly. You know.
I fucking saw that shit. I fucking died. How would I be the ugly? I'm the only one that's still married.
That's why you're the
ugly. People don't get married. Yeah, I've seen a lot of ugly dudes that are married.
Because you could speak the Spanish that he did. I bet you could go.
I beg to differ on me being ugly, but I'm just that's just me. But no, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was telling him, we you kind of develop a character that's loosely based on, and I've been told a lot lately, apparently, because my new thing is connecting with people from high school. And apparently, when I was in high school, I had a little bit of an ego, or a lot of an ego. And I thought pretty highly of myself and whatnot. And I'm like, I don't think so. But talking, and of course, the topic of the when I'm reconnecting with people from high school and stuff. Of course, the podcast comes up, and then they're like, "Oh, what's it about?" Blah blah blah. Some of them have watched it, some of them have listened to it, and they're like, "Yep, there's a Glick we know." A little bit egotistical. I'm like, it's a persona, like in real life, I'm a lot more, but somebody had to be that guy, and I'm that guy. Hey, it's the bad guy.
He fucking walks off. Chris's lyrics are blah 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 down.
That's all, because that's what it sounds like. Informer. That's going on my main account, by the way. I put our conversation.
I'm sorry, fuck this shit.
Oh.
Wow. I'm sorry. You need that
part of the show where Tony with the D loses his shit laughing at Glick.
We need to put that as an effect.
You got it. Yeah. Oh, in the reel? Just put it in the reel?
Yes.
But the great thing about it is you have to hear, like, anybody who's just hearing that clip, if you're listening to this, you have to go back to that episode or check it, and you have to hear the conversation leading up to it, and then the conversation.
That's why I'm so damn mad. I can't take that serious on this motherfucker. That's why I stay quiet. Every time I try to get
for
serious,
the people that may not know, what episode is that?
What episode is that, Tony?
It's a Monday episode, so hell with y'all.
No, it was that was a Saturday night. That was a Saturday night. That was
It's
last
on
week.
TikTok.
Saturday, I
I
wasn't
don't
there.
know.
It was a
That
Saturday
would've
that
been
Jeff
2
wasn't
weeks
here.
ago
Yeah,
then,
it's
wouldn't
on our TikTok page at Nonsensical Nonsense. But that was like our conversation that me, you, and Smoke had about '90s parties and showing up, and you always had there was 4 drinks, and this is kind of just reiterating it because Jeff and Mike weren't there. But in the '90s, when we were growing up, and you went to a party, there was 4 drinks that were always there. You always had some cheap ass beer.
Yep.
You always had Bartles and James for the ladies, and Boone's Farm strawberry wine for the ladies, and last but not least,
MD
2020.
MD 2020.
Mad Dog every time. Mad Dog.
Tony said. Tony
And
told
you
me, and I
thought you
put
were
that.
full of shit drinking Mad Dog too.
Yeah, and I put that clip. I put that clip on our TikTok page. Well, I put it on my page.
And when I was growing up, we
Tony
only
tells
had
me
one flavor. It was just a grape. It was just a
Oh man,
grape.
we had grape, we had orange, we had red.
Now they came out with Orange Julius, which was man, I fucked up on that shit.
Tony's already done. Tony's dead. I said Mad Dog 2020 on the show, and we were all 3 there. And
I
Tony's
refuse
like,
to talk about this topic. Fuck this bullshit.
Tony said, "You shut your fucking whore mouth." I was like, "God damn."
Tony went raw.
When Tony says "shut your whore mouth,"
he said, "You shut your fucking whore mouth." Click. I was like, "Damn."
Something tells me he had a few run-ins with the good old Mad Dog.
Mad Dog.
We have all had run-ins with
Mad Dog is one.
And as I said,
you
Mad
don't
Dog
remember
2020
drinking it,
was
but you remember the next morning.
Oh
I could not tell you how many times
I don't
had
remember.
it.
When
You hate
anytime that I
yourself
got,
the next morning.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Oh,
You
yeah.
hate yourself.
and here was the problem. And this is what I told Tony and Smoke on the show. I had a job back then. I had money, so when I went to the parties, I showed up with Jack Daniels and Budweiser, and yet somehow, some way, I still ended up drinking that MD 2020. I had good shit.
I don't want to talk about that shit no fucking more. Episode's over. I'm ready for the
The episode's over. The episode's we're done. You're done. You're done.
Work, I do have to work tomorrow, boys.
Tony
My
said,
day
"I'm
starts
done."
at- my day starts at 5
Informer.
a.m.
I said, "I like you on now, informer." I said,
Learn the fucking word. This episode
Nobody knows
brought
the words.
to you by
The greatest thing about it
only
was
knows one word in a song.
The greatest thing about it was, that's the comical part. The greatest thing about it was that I pulled him in, a hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
Man, like I roped him in.
I literally listened to the episode the other day, and you could visually in your mind's eye while listening to the episode, you can hear Chris cast the net, cast the reel, and you can just hear click, 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 click. Ah, got him.
Pause everything.
Yeah, it was. He watched that bobber sink, and he pulled back on that rod and just took him all.
Like I said, sometimes I do things. Sometimes and that was completely unplanned. That just came out of nowhere. But sometimes I plan things specifically for Tony reactions because I know I'm going to get his ass.
Some of the best.
Yeah, because he'll walk off. He'll walk off.
Get Tony losing his mind, laughing. You've accomplished something.
And most of them come off the top of my head, much like
Yes.
the hashtag goat sucker.
Yes.
Tony called a timeout.
This motherfucker goes, God damn it.
Tony called a goddamn timeout on the show. He was like, "Hold up, timeout."
But the funny reaction is, I was like, "Yes, I like that."
Tony literally called a timeout on the show, like he was a goddamn NFL coach. Timeout.
Damn. 5-yard penalty, unnecessary roughness on the ride.
He said, timeout.
Traveling.
He said, timeout. Yo, Jeff, you gotta fight that man.
But seriously, the funniest part was Tony did not see it coming. Where I
Nobody
saw
did.
it coming, as soon as you said Chupacabra, my mind went, Chris is gonna fucking hit me. He's gonna hit me good. He's gonna hit me hard. So when it happened, I was like, yeah, saw that coming.
Well, not only do we have Tony's reaction, but you had Jeff laugh.
Yeah, I lost it.
And then he stops and thinks. He stops and thinks, and you see the gerbil wheel in his head just spinning, and then he laughs again, and then the gerbil starts running again.
I was literally eating too. I was sitting there going, yeah,
like I said, some of the greatest moments come off the top of my head, randomly. It's what I do. That's why I'm the host, and you're not.
Random guys.
Why is there any
Random guys come right on the top of your head.
I said random shit off the top of my head.
Damn show. I told you in the day.
You can do better. You can do. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in you, Jeffrey. I'm disappointed in you.
It's late.
Don't beat yourself up over past mistakes. You are going to fuck up again in the future, quite possibly in the most spectacular fashion. Why worry about yesterday's fuck-ups when you have tomorrow's fuck-ups to look forward to? You are a fuck-up, and fucking up is part of your growth process. Embrace the process.
Embrace the process.
You have to admit that guy has got a great concept. Because it's like
shout out to Golf Hawk.
He's got but that guy's got like 50 videos. Very similar.
No, shout
where he does his little words.
Shout out to no, absolutely. Shout out to Golf Hawk for that one. Like I said, he missed it. Yeah, I got it. He got played 4 times tonight. 3 on Jeff. That's 3 strikes. You're out, homie.
That's okay. That's okay. Golf Hawk. This one's for you.
Hey, boys! Look what I got here! Hey, where are the white women at?
Where the white women at?
Got it.
Mongo like candy.
We need to remake that movie.
Oh,
shit.
Mongo.
There he is.
Well, I don't know. I think
Golf, we got 4. We got 4 uses out of him tonight. 3 on Jeffrey and 1 on Tony.
I'm actually surprised I was left alone on that one.
See?
Give it time. Give it time.
That clip.
Oh, I'm
just
sure.
Called Golf
I'm
Hawk
sure.
Back to the show. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, right.
It's Golf Hawk's back signal.
And we put the Golf Hawk signal out. No, I gotta give full credit to Golf for that one because he hit that one out of the park. Like I said, we ended the show Monday and I seen that and I was like, oh, download right now. We all fuck up from time to time. We grow and we stay growing, man. That's true. That's the truth.
But who are we playing tonight, Chris?
We are playing tonight to wrap up this show. We are gonna wrap the show up. We appreciate you guys hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. We was having some fun. I got some ghost stories in for you guys, man.
Oh, yeah.
Talked a little bit of this. We talked a little bit of that. Most importantly, we talked a little bit of Informer. I said, I like it boom boom down. Informer.
You lost your groove. You
went trail off with it from now on. Just walk away. I'm just gonna get up and start walking away.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Just walk away. I'm in sentence.
This some bitch do a drive-by Informer on us? What the hell just happened?
Oh man.
I'm just gonna I wish I didn't have carpet floors. That'd be more effective if I didn't have carpet floors.
I was like, wow, you can't roll that.
This is the world's most slowest drive-by of all time.
It's like a rascal scooter.
You do that.
One of them ride ride along shopping carts at Walmart.
Let's
With a battery
put stone in it. Anyways, no, we do appreciate you guys hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed the show tonight. We'll be back Saturday night with a brand new episode of Nonsensical Nonsense. In the meantime, check us out on the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Like I said, join us live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 6 p.m. on YouTube and Twitch. And if you can't join us live, don't worry, because you can listen to us any place, anytime.
Watch the rewind.
How? Yeah. All at Spotify and everywhere you listen to podcasts at. All at Nonsensical Nonsense. So give us a little search. Give us a follow. Give us a like. Give us a listen. And if you like what you hear, we'd greatly appreciate it if you'd give us a share. Help us grow. We want to grow up and be big and strong. We want to be big boys, big and strong. Muscles, 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 muscles. But with that being said, better drink. Let's wrap the show up with a little Blacktop Mojo. Featuring Dylan Wheeler with their cover of Getaway Car. Go ahead and check out Blacktop Mojo and Dylan Wheeler wherever you listen to music and all that jazz at Blacktop Mojo. I think Dylan Wheeler's just Dylan Wheeler music. I might be wrong, but he's not hard to find. Check them both out. Go show them some love. Let them know we sent you. Accuse the music.
First time I saw you, you were chasing down a cyclone all alone in the field. Rail yards and clovers I kept rolling on. I never thought you'd wind up chasing me. You're tired of walking, you load the ground. The sidewalk will barely touch your feet. Life moves too slowly to hold you down. With ringing heads, you take it out on me. Settle down, I won't hesitate to hit the highway before you lay me to waste. No, settle up and I'll help you find something to drive before you drive me insane. So get yourself a car, drive it all alone. Ooh, get yourself a car and ride it on the wind. Yeah, get yourself a car and drive it all alone. Ooh, get yourself a car and ride it on the wind.
drive it all alone. Ooh, get yourself a car, ride it on the wind, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, fair.
Okay. So
What happened?
I think Chris's shit died.
Okay. Well, that being said,
I think
everybody out
that's
here,
what he
Jeff,
just
you want
noticed.
to give me an ending, Jeff, so we get out of here before we get cut off?
Oh, he's
back.
coming right back.
He
I was
might-
looking at a
that might have
message
been
saying
that,
you
"Oh,
dropped your shit.
shit, I'm out of
It
bars."
wouldn't be an
Gotta
episode
start
of
up a
Nonsensical
phone.
Nonsense if we didn't have a glitch. glitch.
You mean to say it wouldn't be nonsensical nonsense if we didn't have a glick? You're right.
No.
Right at the end of the goddamn show. Like literally right at the end of the goddamn show. Everything, my earbud died, and I put my other one in, and the music froze. I wasn't getting anything, and then it came back, and then my whole fucking screen was like, "Nah, fuck you, homie. We're gonna
What
take
are
you
you
all the way
guys
back."
doing? Musical screens? What the fuck?
Yeah, I
is
had
this
fun
shit?
doing that shit. That was actually awesome.
So I don't know what the fuck that was all about, but anywho, it wouldn't be nonsensical nonsense without some kind of weird fucking glitch. No, we do appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. We'll see you Saturday night, 6 p.m. on YouTube and Twitch for a brand new episode. Come hang out. Come say hello. Don't be shy if you're in the chatter's box. Jeffrey. What do you got to say, peoples? Dems peoples.
Deuces.
Michael.
Peace out.
I'm so thankful you dropped the other part of that. Tony D. Let these some bitches know.
To do the dishes and clean up my room, to do the laundry in the bathroom, girls. All I really want is girls.
Girls.
I'll stay fuck out of trouble.
Well, that's not what you're supposed to say. Did you forget your
Weak sauce.
lines?
Mother had you. Mother made you. Motherfucker.
Okay. Line.
Yeah.
Snort.
And with that being said, until next time. Inform. Now, be good or be good at it. Goodbye, motherfuckers.
Hit the button. Golf off.
Next time. Much love.